am now recording, so everybody, yeah.
Hello, people of the interwebs.
Those Fulton Fidels.
I meant to ask this earlier, sorry. Can I trade out one of my cantrips real quick?
Yeah, go right on ahead.
Yeah.
You can do it. I'm just gonna, put it this way. If anybody wants to change anything, trade anything out, now would be the time. Just gonna kind of get it going while y'all do that. But as soon as y'all get up and get going to where y'all are, that's when it stops. Everybody good with that? Y'all's window of
I'm okay
adjustment?
with that.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody is at Fennel's house. It is a Sunday. Probably about 10, 11. Ollie is still asleep. I suppose Fennel put her on the couch. I don't know. So Ollie's asleep, and I'm just gonna let y'all choose. Let's see. Bread, what's Esther? Fennel! What is Fennel up to?
Well, it's morning, right? Or is it evening? Has it been a day yet?
10 a.m.
Or
10. Yeah, it's probably about 10 a.m. on the Sunday. So, yeah, y'all slept probably for 12 hours or something. Has she been up for a while? Did she sleep in?
Fennel, if it's 10 a.m., Fennel is just walking back in the door, with fresh herbs that she's gathered, and she is prepared. She's already made breakfast. It's waiting. She's made some tea. It's still warm, and she's probably just come back in to set some herbs to dry, and just wait at the table with some tea to see if anybody else is waking up. She's also got some coffee there. It's just plain coffee. She doesn't really know how to make it that well. She specializes in tea.
So she's got the spread going. Okay.
Yeah, she's got your swamp chicken eggs and your.
She's got your abyssal chicken eggs.
She's got some bacon that she's got out of her preserves. You know, the salted. What do you call it? Like
All
when
the
you salt
food.
stuff to preserve it. Yeah, she's broken out the spread. She has guests. She doesn't know exactly how to react, but she's gonna be a good house.
She's
What
gonna
do you
be
call
a
it?
good grandma. Everybody's gonna leave fat and happy.
Galahad
Yeah.
is Islamic.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. I just figured that would be funny.
Uh-huh.
She says bacon. Galahad's a Muslim.
Oh.
He's kidding.
He's not a Muslim. He's not.
All right.
Me
What's
going,
Miri
oh,
up
If anything,
geez,
he's
I'm in
like
trouble.
borderline atheist. He believes in the gods, but he just like, I don't need them.
Uh-huh. All right.
Unlike Esther, who just like completely flat out denies that they exist.
Okay. All right. And what is Miri up to?
She's probably stuffing her face.
Nom
When
nom
did
nom.
she
This
wake
is so
up?
good.
Well,
Nom nom nom.
She woke up to the smell of food, and the first thing she did was eat.
All right. Girl after my own heart. Me and Azuraphale. Yes.
Look, she's trying to experience everything. I mean, she grew up in the desert. She has never been outside of it, and now she's here. She's eating everything.
And she has
Same.
had one heck of a first day.
She really has.
Same.
And so is Noah doing the same thing? Or what's he up to?
Noah's gonna get food, obviously, but he's gonna pray before he eats because, holy man.
Who's he praying to? My doll and Rolina? Or just my doll?
He
or just
prays to
Rolina?
both of them, but he prays to Midal mostly.
Okay.
And that's what he's doing.
Possibly something along the lines of, I want my stuff back, please bless me so I can smite that camp.
He's just
Also,
like,
are you okay with me burning it to shreds? Because I'm really angry. I know you mentioned that.
and he's asking him, what in the hell did I get myself into? I want to go home.
I don't think necessarily my doll would be for that. He's more for honor and bravery. You know, don't be
Rolena would
Watson.
be.
Don't be Watson with your you know when you pee and your tail is between your legs because mom.
To be fair,
step back.
He had a very bad introduction to this world.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Very, very bad.
All right. And what is Galahad up to?
Galahad kind of has a broken ankle, so just kind of laying there.
Was he awake?
No, he's tranced, but yeah.
Yeah.
Does a broken ankle stay broken after being healed?
We're gonna he's basically just gonna have a little bit of a disadvantage, unless he can find a
Alright.
healer for like a day or two.
Fuck.
Yeah. So
All I could do that would match that is put him as incapacitated.
I was thinking more of he can use his bow, but like when it comes to his sword and stuff, you're gonna have to roll with like disadvantage or something like that. But he has his bow, so he can. As someone who does archery, it sucks, but you can kind of do it. Hell, I knew somebody who broke their knee, had the little whole knee thing, little knee scooter, and he still shot 300 arrows every day.
Nice.
And kicked my ass 6 ways a Sunday while doing it. So, and he was a lot faster, and he terrified the kids. So that was excellent. Anyway.
That must have been fun.
Well, yeah. Thankfully, he liked me. Anyway, okay, so he's there. Romulus is ever so faithfully by his side. And what is Esther up to?
What is Esther up to is a very good question.
Drinking tea, sitting at the table, and glaring? If we're gonna take some inspiration from some very gorgeous artwork. I mean, hell, I really liked it. I could
this would
see
take place
Esther
after
doing
that, wouldn't it?
Well, she could just do the same thing in the morning, really.
Could.
Just glaring at Galahad.
She's gonna go ahead and take a cup of tea, slap him in his broken ankle, and then over say, "Get up, you pansy."
And what does Galahad do in response
What do you
to
think?
that?
What do you think Galahad
Take
does?
your hit point of damage.
Oh God.
Do it!
Okay.
Why not? Domestic abuse and siblings take a hit point of damage.
You hear Fennel call from the kitchen, "No fighting at the table."
Alia wakes up.
He
hears
just
the
like kind of
Elvish.
cries out in pain, like, "Why me?" And then she's like, "Suck it up," and hands him the little cup of tea.
Oh, I see. So their names are Frank and Amy.
They're what?
Nothing.
Something about Frank and Amy.
I said, I see. Their names are Frank and Amy.
Yes, actually.
I feel like that's a reference.
I
No.
don't know what that is.
It sounds like one.
It sounds like a reference.
I misheard what you said, and I heard it as him saying, Amy, why?
Love it. Okay. So Alia is probably
Amy, why?
right. Alia's right beside that, and she knows Elvish. So when Esther says that, she thinks that Esther's talking to her. So she just kind of wakes up and rubs her eyes, and she says in Elvish, "Who? Me?" Because she's sleepy and she doesn't know.
Esther's gonna give her a blank stare, just be like, go back to sleep. I was talking to him. And she just kind of motions down at Galahad.
I see Eva has joined this campaign, so
Fuck it, why not? Let's go.
Ooh.
I'll do that version of Eva.
I refuse. No.
Oh.
I want the nice Esther, please. She has to balance out the asshole Galahad, okay? I am not going to be stressed out like I was in the first 22 minutes. I refuse.
Yeah, she's still mildly annoyed at this point, but nowhere near the level of absolutely fucking burn a city down rage as last time.
Alia's gonna
If you give her the opportunity to torture somebody, she's gonna fucking jump on it though.
Okay. Alia blinks, looks at her, and just rubs the sleep out of her eyes as her brain kind of catches up. And she smiles, shakes her head, says, no thank you. I have somewhere I'm gonna need to go pretty soon. And I smell food. So have fun smacking your brother around, I suppose. And just walks right up to the food, says good morning to Noah, Fennel, and Miri. And she just helps herself. She gets the coffee, she gets the eggs, she gets all of it. She's a hungry elf. I was about to say hungry toddler, but that's not right.
She's a hungry hippo.
Yeah, She was a real person, so I don't think you would get away with saying that.
Anyway.
Or maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't.
Uh-huh. Anyway. So
How is
that-
that picture coming along, by the way? It's just great.
The one I'm doing?
Yeah.
It's getting there. I need to do line art and coloring, but I've been putting it off.
No, bad. It looks great. Finish it.
Brilliant.
Whoever changed Bread's name again, rude. You didn't even ask about the joke.
I looked it up, and I was like,
But
this has nothing to do with bread. She asked that anything in her username have a bread, and I was like...
It does have to do with bread. There's someone in the chat called Toaster.
What?
The olephobia thingy? No, that had nothing to do with it. That's a phobia to homes.
It's
Home
a
aversion.
phobia of home appliances. It popped up when I looked up fear of toasters. I was trying to make a joke like that because
Okay.
Undead's name is Toaster.
Okay.
It went from heli toaster to toaster copter.
Brilliant.
Man, y'all are cutting out real bad.
Oof.
Yes.
But no, yeah, so that's what I poured my energy into recently.
A meme. Another
A
meme.
meme. I spent 3 hours on a meme. Worth it.
Worth it.
Anyway,
It is.
so gonna steer us a little bit back.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Apologies.
So, but okay, so what does, does Noah do anything different? Fennel do anything different? Miri?
Fennel looks around at him, right? Like, this is the group, this is the, these are the people she's now stuck with for a little while, right? I guess.
You say that like it's a bad
And
thing.
she just tries, she's doing her best to make casual conversation here. She turns to them and she's like, so, did you all have a good night's rest then?
Noah's gonna be the first to respond. Yeah, better than the cage.
The fucking toaster cannon.
What is my name?
That's banana nut bread. Or,
Alright.
to be more precise, it's banana nussbrots. It's German for banana nut bread. Well,
Okay.
it's good.
Anyway.
Okay, and what does Miri say? Or do?
Still stuffing her face. She's trying to say words. Does not have any table manners, but you just cannot make it out because of the amount of food in her mouth.
I'm gonna do. Esther's gonna do a thing.
Alright, what does she do?
Would she be able to figure out what she's saying with an insight roll of 15 or 16? Or what she's trying to say?
Sure. Go on ahead.
She's talking about the dream she had last night. Like, it was real wild, guys. There were these, like, giant reptile things that just kept running, and we were, like, in the middle of this huge forest, but, like, there were no people!
Oh, so for
It's
what
just going on and on.
What I'm hearing is you want this to happen. Got it.
Now we're gonna be
Right.
chased by a horde of Dragonborn. Thank you.
I was just describing freaking Jurassic Park. So
Oh,
Oh,
well,
never mind.
there is Velociraptors.
Jurassic Park.
I'm
Oh,
pretty,
no.
I'm pretty
Velociraptor.
sure there's Velociraptors in this game.
I
Well,
believe there are. The question is, does Miri know the word for velociraptor? I don't think so.
Yeah, there are
Okay.
indeed Velociraptors in this game.
Okay.
It
There's also a
require.
giant-
Oh, they're accurately sized Velociraptors. So guess what? It won't be as bad. They'll just be nipping at your ankles the whole time.
That's a 15-pound dinosaur over someone's head. This dino empty. Neat. I'm so sorry, y'all. I had way too much sugar today.
Wonderful.
I'm playing Miri accurate to her intelligence score.
Brilliant. Okay. So.
Fair enough.
Okay. Alia just kind of nods and she gulp. And she just kind of gives everyone this little smile. So, now that we're safe and we're not falling into temples, I am not being kidnapped. We are not being chased by orcs and direwolves and whatnot, and siblings are not beating each other up. What's everybody's name? I'm
Siblings are
Alia.
not beating each other up. Okay.
What's y'all's names?
Esther introduced herself there.
Do it again. In front of everybody. Because not everybody heard it.
The only person that didn't hear it was Noah.
Still, that's the point. The party is together. They need to introduce themselves if Esther.
The party doesn't exactly know Noah's name.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
This is true.
Everyone say their name. Come on.
Galahad doesn't even know Noah's
No
name.
one
He's
knows
just like,
Galahad's name except for Esther. So everyone, come on.
Fennel stands up from her seat and she sets her tea on the table and she says, "Apologies for my lack of manners. My name is Fennel. My last name is one I'd rather not recall. Welcome to my home in the swamps. You are welcome here for as long as you need to, rest for your travels. And if you are ever in the neighborhood again, I suppose you can always stop by." She seems very unsure of herself, and she's stuttering over her words, but she's doing her best.
ow. I was just assaulted by a cat.
Brilliant. Okay. Noah?
So Noah, he puts down his food, he swallows, and he stands up and says, "My name is Noah. I am a paladin from the village of Milestone, far in the north." And he sits back down.
This is the primary school. Okay, everybody, first day at school. Now I want everybody to stand up and say 3 things. What's your name, how old you are, and what your aspirations are for the future. Yeah, I feel like that's what this is. Except I'm just asking for everybody's name. Any other information is voluntary. Miri.
Miri, makes a bunch of noises and then looks at them and is like, "Oh, I should probably swallow." Swallows her food and says, "I'm Miri!"
Alright, and then I would probably, Esther and Galahad, I don't care who goes first. Your choice.
Nope. Galahad is just kind of sipping on the tea, very concerned, not wanting his ankle to be slapped again. Esther is going to go ahead and introduce herself. Say she's going to tell everybody, "My name is Esther Aerasume, and this idiot who seems to have given you a false name is Galahad Aerasume."
Oh my god, everybody celebrate! Everybody celebrate. Come on, let's do the dance. I'm doing it.
Fennel.
And she slaps his ankle again.
Fennel goes, Galahad. Oh, that's a much better name.
I'm literally dancing.
She also slaps his ankle again right after saying that.
Take another hit point. Actually, no, roll. Roll a d20.
Oh no. He's gonna get a crit on his ankle. Breaks it.
And Galahad's crippled for life. Yay!
What's the D20 for?
We'll just go right on ahead. What did you get?
He got a 19.
It's in the thing. It's a 19.
He almost crit.
Oh, have him take 2 hit points of damage.
Oh my gosh, my cat just opened my door. How? Dragon, you're 7 pounds! What the heck?
Oi, my cats
that
open the
door.
door to outside all the time. It's not too surprising.
You don't understand. This cat blows over in a strong gust of wind. He is fur and bones. I don't even think he has skin. How the heck did he push open this door?
I mean,
Stop blowing my fish.
Freya's pretty skinny too, but I mean, she can manage that door fine.
Yeah, but Dragon can't.
Clearly, she
No.
can.
I'm befuddled here. Who are you and what have you done with my cat?
Is he being
Alright.
oddly affectionate?
Well, I mean, no. He did go straight for my fish, so it's rags, but I don't trust him.
Fish.
Alia is kind of hurrying with her food a little bit. And she swallows, and she looks at Galahad. And she's like, yeah, you definitely didn't look like a Frank. With a little grimace on her face.
Mm-hmm.
And then she looks
I
over...
should mention.
Oh, go on ahead.
No, it's nothing. I was just thinking, like, when Fennel said, "Wow, that's a much better name than Fred," she said that like unthinkingly. I was just kind of trying to emphasize how bad Fennel is at human interaction.
Maybe she just was thinking, she meant to think it, and it just took a walk out of her mouth.
Like, she meant it as a compliment, but it didn't come out as one.
Okay. No, you're good.
I agree.
Sure, there's a lack of creativity on Galahad's part. Ironic, considering his previous career.
Ironic.
Got to be pretty creative to do that. Although he did also royally fuck it up. So bad that it resulted in him nearly being executed.
Fun.
Anyway.
So Alia looks over at Noah and also at Galahad, and she's like, so can I ask where y'all came from and why y'all were being chased by a horde of angry orcs and other horrible things?
Who's going first?
Galahad's going to just be like, there was a camp, a thing happened, so we did a thing, and now we're here.
Well, okay. In my story,
It's not wrong.
I was adventuring with another person, and we kind of stumbled across a cart. He got knocked out by an orc, then so did I, and then I ended up in the camp. Don't know what happened. Me and him worked together to escape. Kind of blew up the camp a bit. They were pretty angry about that one.
Alia
That's
nods.
in the distant.
Okay. Alia kind of furrows her eyebrows a little bit. And then she's like, you didn't happen to see someone that looked like me, did you?
Galahad's going to go ahead and say, nope, didn't find them, otherwise they'd be dead by now.
And Noah?
I'm rather new to this part of the land, and I don't believe I've seen anyone like.
Oh, Galahad should have said something else.
Hmm.
Galahad should have been like, yeah, they're right there, and pointed at her.
Esther slaps him and he loses another 2 hit points. Okay. Alright, does Fennel or Miri want to add anything to this? Or Esther, I suppose?
When Esther introduced Galahad as Galahad and everyone was like, that's better than Frank, Miri says, wait! He said his name was Frank?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Where was she when that happened?
Not paying attention.
Oh,
Also,
right.
like 10 feet ahead.
Yeah,
She was
that's
like
right.
10 feet ahead of you guys.
She never pays it. That is also true.
Okay.
She was ahead of the group.
And Fennel? Does Fennel want to say anything along the line of questioning or anything that I might have missed? Sorry about that question.
Fennel, I guess Fennel kind of like mutters sitting at the table, but it's half-hearted now because she said it twice and it was ignored both times
To what?
by the siblings. Wait,
You
what?
kind of
To sit at the table?
your mic.
No fighting at the table.
Ah.
No, not the table. They're at the couch.
Oh yeah, never
Esther
mind.
literally took him the cup of tea because he can't walk.
Okay, amended statement: no fighting in my house.
Ah,
But it's kind of
But,
like when people ignore Grandma until Grandma gets pissed off, right? So like,
is it really
that
fighting
quiet-
if he's not fighting back?
But
Yes.
it's bullying.
He's just there taking the abuse at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because he really doesn't want to piss her off. Again.
Again.
If you would have seen what Kit had to go through, you would understand. She went from 0 to 100 really fucking quickly, didn't she?
Yes, and I have plans for that.
She went from very nice to just
Bye, Dad.
absolutely fucking livid.
Oh, my t-shirt came in! Anyway, sorry. So, would anybody like to say anything? Anybody want to ask questions? I am opening the board.
Fennel has a question.
Okay.
He wants to know what brings them to this part of the swamp. Why are they here? It just everybody in general. You know, like what brings you all here? Why are we all on an adventure? Refresher.
So, who's going first?
I'm considering how this little sibling thing is going to go down right now, so you guys go ahead.
Okay, how about if no one speaks up after a minute, we're just gonna go in the order of how people are in the chat. So that would be Quest, will skip me, that'll be Salt, but if he needs to be skipped, then skip. Then it'll be Fennel, then it'll be Undead, because apparently, it's just changing, okay? Just
What are you talking
Miri,
about? I'm
Miri,
lost in
let's
chat.
go first. Miri. It's changing. Miri.
Okay, so Fennel's question was, what is everyone doing here, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Miri is just gonna be like, well, technically speaking, I'm supposed to deliver a package and I get paid for it. So that's fun, but like realistically speaking, I'm just doing whatever, my dude.
I love her.
Fennel. Okay, but Miri I would die for Miri.
Yes.
Take a bullet for Miri. Anyway, continue on.
Well, you better hope you don't come across an artificer or a gunslinger then.
Okay.
Otherwise you might actually have to.
Let's see. So Vince, do you know how Galahad is gonna talk, or Esther? Like, I'm thinking.
I'm working through that right now.
Okay. So Noah.
Noah's gonna say, well, like I said, I'm from the north. I'm quite far away, and My village elder said I should really go out and explore the world. It was really sudden. He seemed kind of hurried when he was rushing me off. But, as you know, I'm here now, and I suppose I'm here to just do whatever I can for people.
I'm here. I got chased by orcs. First jailbreak with an elf who's talked like he knew what he was doing, and now and then he got beat by his sister.
Okay.
That's how you would play. That's how you would do it. That's not how I would do it.
I'm gonna say that's pretty much your experience thus far.
Yeah. Okay. Alia finishes eating, gets up and takes it over to the sink to start scrubbing on it. And she says, well, as of 4 days ago, I was going to Fennel Pass to get some medicine for a sick boy that I know. And apparently I got kidnapped. And someone took my blood. And someone stuck me in a coffin. And then someone took me out of the coffin for more blood, etc., etc. And so y'all found me. So I don't know about y'all, but I really need to go deliver that medicine. And after that, I'm going to find out who the heck hit me in the back of the head with a rock.
Miri is gonna just look around real quick and is like, what about those scrolls we got the other day?
Okay.
Is now
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so before yeah. So Esther, just somebody talk.
Sorry, I forgot. Esther and Galahad, why they're here.
No. That's actually a good thing because that's totally what Miri would do.
What the heck? Hello?
Hello?
Jeez. Alright, I'm
Brad?
switching. Hang on, I need to switch to my tablet again because, gosh, it's.
Alright, well.
Oh, geez, it's connecting so bad. I don't know if, can y'all hear me or am I choppy? Because.
We can hear you
We can
fine.
hear
Okay, because my screen is
There it
flipping
goes.
out. Everything. Okay, there we go. Everything's fine. My screen was just flipping out, like the chat was. It's doing it again. I don't know what's going on, but it's like flashing with like showing me that I'm connected and disconnected at the same time. I don't know what's going on. If y'all can hear me, then it's fine.
It's just like you are a paradox.
Yeah, like this. It's being real finicky, and I don't trust it.
Schrodinger's Wi-Fi. You're both connected and disconnected at the same time.
But
Perfect.
yeah, it should be fine. If I like cut out occasionally, it'll be fine. I'll just try to ignore the flashing screen.
Okay.
Okay. In response to Fennel's question, you could see Galahad about to say something, and then he just inhales sharply as Esther starts squeezing his ankle and says, looking for someone, and you can tell that she looks very, very visibly just like she wants to murder.
It's murder time.
So to
And then Miri asks what they're gonna do with the scrolls.
okay. And then does anyone want to say anything in response to that real quick? Noah, Fennel, siblings of murder.
Eva says we could always burn them.
Noah is just mostly mostly an onlooker in the situation. He doesn't really know what's going on right now. He wasn't there for that.
Okay. Alia's gonna shake her head no. Quite
Aye.
quickly at the
Hold on.
burning them.
I said Eva, and I intentionally said Eva. It was a joke.
I hate that you have two E names.
Except that some was intentional.
Okay.
Because Eva's first response is burn it.
Yes. Anyway, does Fennel have anything to say about the scrolls?
Isn't she carrying one of them?
She is indeed carrying one of them. And then
Yeah.
she's carrying both of them, actually.
She's carrying both of them. She goes, "Oh, the scrolls," and she reaches into her bag and she pulls them out and she puts them on the table. And then she picks them up, and because she realized that Galahad has a broken ankle and is stuck over on the couch, and so she's just like, "Let's move to the living area." And everyone, she's gonna try to she's just gonna get up and move over that way and hope that everyone else follows her as well.
But Miri's still eating.
Is Miri still eating?
Miri can bring her
Yes.
plate with her.
You underestimate how much food Miri can hold in her arms.
Oh my god.
Goddamn tieflings.
It's not like the table's that far away from the living area.
No, don't
She's
do
a
this.
hobbit!
You know when waiters and waitresses have to hold like 5 plates on their arms? Miri taking food from the table to the living room. It's all for her though. If you reach for it, she's gonna bite you.
I mean, it's not like the living room's that far away from the kitchen. It's right there, man. The couch is right next to the island.
She wants to be a part of the group.
I mean, yeah. And that's yeah, but I mean, there's like a full kitchen spread on the countertop that is there, so you can get up and go get stuff from time to time.
Or just stay at it and eat. Either one.
No, done eating, so I'm just gonna follow them.
And then just plop down on the couch again.
Ollie's eyes narrow in on those scrolls, and she follows while kind of securing her pack to her body. Because she's
What's
a bit
Romulus
torn.
doing right now?
He doesn't move from Galahad's side, honestly.
Being
Fair
a good
enough. Is he scared of Esther too? Is that why he's not snarling at her? Or is
I have a
or is
feeling
he just like, this is the thing. This happens all the time.
he put it this way, he just he's so damn used to this domestic abuse. As long as she doesn't straight up kill him, he won't step in. He's just like, oh, it's happening again.
It's like,
I'm gonna
oh.
keep eating.
He must have got her mad again.
Basically, wolves aren't stupid. Anyway, so Alia's a bit torn at the moment because she
Oh,
needs to
my
go-
second breakfast.
I can't find the one that I really want. So she's torn at the moment because she needs to go deliver this medicine, but those scrolls are what she hopes are the key to figuring out who kidnapped her. So it's like one way or the other way. But she follows, and she kind of says, Nox asked us to deliver them, to get them, so we probably should tell her at some point that we have them.
Fennel nods in agreement.
Would anyone like to say anything to that?
Galahad pretty much just says, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing a lot of walking right now. And you can see Esther just kind of seething.
Okay, so does Miri want to say anything? Noah want to say anything?
I really don't. Not really.
No? Miri?
I guess Mary will ask Alia well, how are we? Do you just sit down and do your thing, or do we have to go back to the house place? I don't know how to do this.
Alia kind of furrows, her brow and thought again. She's like, honestly, if we just found any Shrine of Nox, I think that would work. But the trouble with Nox is that depending on the answers that we're looking for, she might require additional trials. I meditated and asked for, answers to, why I was put in a coffin. Who wants anything to do with me? I've not made any enemies that I know of. And I also meditated on the knowledge that Galahad was also looking for somebody. But, all I did was, say, hey, two of us are looking for something, potentially linked, potentially not. Two people looking for answers. Now, there are 2 scrolls, but you'd never know with Nox. And since all of us except for Noah and Esther got the call to go to the temple, we very well may end up going to another trial. And then she kind of gives this frustrated sigh and kind of rubs her face a little bit, and she's like, but as much as I would like to do that right now, if I don't deliver this medicine, a kid I know might very well die. And then she bites her lip, if he hasn't already, because I was supposed to be back 3 days ago.
Fennel says, well, we better get him that medicine then. Along the way, does Fennel know, okay, out of character here, does Fennel know where the shrines are? I mean, she's lived here for a very long time, so...
Yeah, she would know. The thing with Nox is that, so shrines, it just depends on, there's shrines to Kaya out in the world. Enir and Satar are by far the most popular that you find out in the wilderness. Sometimes you'll find some for Carnegie and Donir at places of, mass death or pain. It just depends.
Ancient battlefields?
Yeah. And my doll would be potentially at places like that, too.
First. Oh.
What?
What?
And then, but Nox is knowledge. So if there's places where knowledge might be gained, or... And then Fennel and Alia, I think Miri would have heard this, and Noah might have been taught this at some point. I'll let him make that choice on his own. But Fennel and Alia know that thieves often take Nox as their patron god because they often think, Mistress of Shadows and whatnot. Oh, great, she's going to help us break into a house. But that's kind of a misconception because it's really the air sprites that help with that. Nox is simply impress me and knowledge.
So basically nocturnal, except knowledge instead of power.
Yeah, but she doesn't help. That's the difference between Nocturnal and Nox, is that she doesn't actually help the thieves in any way. If anyone asks her for knowledge, then she's like, here's a trial, but it's not going to be go steal something from someone's house for me or break a lock.
That's why I'm saying knowledge instead of power.
Yeah. But it's just a misconception
Similar names
throughout the world. So potentially, y'all could go back to that one place, or there might be a place in Carnegie. So, and I think Miri, probably because of her study of the gods, knows that Nox is all about knowledge. She may have heard things, at least about thieves worshipping Nox. I'll let, she may or may not know the whole misconception thing. I will let Quest be the judge of that.
Sounds like a religion check, honestly.
I could do a religion check to see.
No, let's make it an acrobatics check.
No, it would be more of a, I'm going to let you decide if she learned that or not at the temple. Because I'm pretty sure it was taught. It's more of a, did Miri pay attention?
Well, now that is the question, isn't it?
Did
Miri pay attention?
Did Noah take it to heart? Was he... again, Nox knowledge, he would know that because of his temple and everything. But it's more of a, do they really get thieves out there? Most likely not. So he wouldn't really understand the whole misconception thing, probably. Unless you want him to have that, then I'm perfectly fine with that.
He wouldn't understand the thieves part, but he would understand Nox.
Yeah.
Not?
NOX. Okay. Yeah. So
Miri absolutely believes in the thieves part.
Okay.
Okay.
So in other words, y'all just gotta go hunt down a thief and do something at the shrine.
I mean, Esther knows where there's one that, but at the mention of a shrine, you can see her get just agitated.
Noah kind of just turns his head and is just like, do you not like places that are holy or something?
Esther is going to go ahead and give a kind of false smile that kind of thinly veils her frustration. No, I just don't believe gods exist.
Alia just kind of stares at her hands because she is very happy to let other people believe what they want to believe. She just finds it really kind of funny and also sad that Esther was in the midst of two gods, literally just within feet. She could touch them.
Oi,
And she
Esther's
still
seen magic
disbelieved.
do some weird shit before.
Okay, but Alia knows they were gods. So when she just finds it a little funny and also sad. It's like a mixture of emotions, but she's not going to say anything or really show her emotions because she's tolerant of other people's beliefs.
Noah just kind of stares at her and he's just like, I will respect your belief.
Esther's going to go ahead and keep that smile and say, it's in your best interest to do so.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a very faintly veiled threat, that.
Fennel takes a sip of her tea with her eyes closed, right? And she's not threatening you in my house. Takes a big sip of her tea.
The only thing you're allowed to do in her house is eat and sleep.
And rest and be kind. The rules of Fennel's household are be polite and, you know, that's pretty much it. Just be polite, man. Also, I think I've finally got a good sketch done. What do y'all think? The perceptive's wonky, but I don't care.
Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. I love it.
I have added plants. There are a lot more of them, but I do not want to draw them.
I love them. I love them. I love them. I feel like she might have a rug, though. What do you think?
I mean, she probably does. I'll add it in.
Like a
later.
bear or something, you know?
I was about to say bearskin rug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably from saving Alia from something.
If it was a wolfskin rug, you might have some issues.
Little did we know.
Fennel wouldn't
Actually, that's his bears.
Well, okay, put it this way. If the wolf was attacking her, then no questions asked, yes. But she'd regret it.
Oh, yeah. If a wolf was attacking Alia or attacking, the wolf would perish. But it would get a proper bear.
Yeah. Okay, so does Miri want to say anything to this?
I stopped hearing things for a bit, so we could say anything to what? To Esther saying that she doesn't believe in the gods?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not, because it would be like hypocritical of herself. So she'd probably just shrug her shoulders and leave it alone.
Odd considering it's Miri, but fair enough.
Well,
Hmm?
she's also tolerant, right?
She is.
So, not
I was just
necessarily.
mostly thinking along the lines of her own beliefs.
Yeah, that's this. Yeah. So.
It would be kind of hypocritical for her to be like, "What? You don't believe in the gods? What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, this is true. Well, okay, so everyone said all that. Alia just kind of looks around as she's staring at the scrolls, and everyone can just see the torment on her face on that. She really wants the answers. Absolutely wants the answers.
Fennel rolls them up.
Well, okay. Oh, they were out. Well, then everyone will see that
But they
they're
were
blank.
they were. I'm sorry, I meant like pass them up, not rolls them up.
Oh, passes them out.
She
Alia's...
had them out like to look at. She wasn't sure whether they were supposed to or not, so she just didn't.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know, they pass around. Does anyone want to comment? I mean, everyone, if anyone's going to look or try to open them up, they're going to see that it's very firm paper, very stiff paper. And that it's seemingly blank. Like, to y'all's eyes, y'all can't see anything.
Would be very nice to have a character with true sight right now.
Oh boy.
So would anyone like to say anything or...
Mm.
And comments?
Sorry, I'm trying to, cause Paladin said it'd be very good to have someone who had true sight right now, and I was like, wait, I just got something like that, but I don't think it counts.
Rip.
Cause it says I can read all writing, and if I can't see any writing, I don't think that means I can read it.
Yeah.
True sight is like kind of it falls under dark vision, or it falls under the same category as dark vision, except you can see things that are invisible and you can see past illusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just taking a moment to look at what I got.
Eva has that, and it would have helped us exponentially before had we remembered she had it.
Okay, I'm going to cast Detect Magic on. I want to see what I can see if the scrolls are actually magical.
Okay. So let me see here. Let me look at it. Detect magic. Okay, so Noah is curious, and so he casts it, and he finds there's nothing. They're just scrolls. There's no magical signature whatsoever.
Well, that's a boring revelation, isn't it?
I mean,
Wait, what did he roll?
does he need to roll something for that? Because it doesn't say he has to. It's a...
It'd be an Arcana check, wouldn't it?
No, I cast Detect Magic to see if I can sense a faint forge of magic. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
the
would-
only maybe the only little bit of magic you can detect, it's like so faint, but it's like, you know, a protection thing against like the scrolls getting
Destruction.
damaged. But it's so faint because it was put on a very long time ago. Like, if you can sense it, it's just the barest whisper.
So
Miri looks over and is all like, well, that's disappointing.
I didn't.
But
Wait, did I
actually
say
reading
this
on
to the party or did
Um,
that?
well, okay, so it's a verbal thing, so everyone who is paying attention would have seen you doing it, or at least heard you.
They would have seen me do it, but the information would be to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you haven't shared it yet. But you do notice, since it's 30 feet, within 30 feet, you do notice that some 3 magical signatures are coming from Fennel's pack.
Oh boy.
One of them's of fire, one of them's of earth, and another thing is of this funny little signature that may be something along the lines of, say, telekinesis, mind powers, whatever sort of feeling you might want to put on that.
So Noah's gonna remark that these scrolls, they have no magic in them. The only magic I can detect is some kind of protection for the paper. I'm not sure, but I do have I am sensing magic coming from your bag, and he's gonna point at Fennel.
Fennel goes, "Oh, me?" And she reaches into her. He reaches into her bag and says, "The only thing I have left is." Goes, "Oh," and she pulls out the three crystals. All I have left in my pack.
So,
These.
yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
That's the only magic I've detected in this room. And then Noah just hands back the scroll.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, Fennel's brought the scrolls out now. What happens?
She's unwrapped them or put them back?
Has unwrapped the crystals.
Oh.
Did I say scrolls?
I think so, but I don't know.
I have a very bad habit of saying.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so one that's like hearing her mic cut out, or
A little bit.
I am.
Okay. So does Miri or Esther or Galahad want to say anything to these proceedings?
Well, I already said that when Miri saw the scrolls blank. Wait, like we opened it, right? That's why.
Yeah.
That's why Noah did the detect magic.
Mhm.
Yeah. So earlier I said Miri leaned over and looked at the scroll and said, "Well, that's disappointing."
Right. Okay. But she doesn't want to say anything else about the crystals or anything that are now out.
I guess she'll be like, let me see. Oh, the thingies that that weird coward guy gave you.
Yes. What do you think? Fennel kind of laughs. Like, yes. What do you think they do?
they have a strange sort of element tied to them. One of them is fire, one of them is earth, and I think that other one is some kind of telekinetic energy. I'm not quite sure what you'd call it.
Curiouser and curiouser. Fennel has no idea how to use from this point on.
Ollie is really not focused on that right now. She's getting up and she's kind of pacing behind the couch. She's got her bag and it's like she's at war with herself currently. you keep anyone who might be trying to hear her, she keeps muttering, "Scrolls or Otis, scrolls or Otis." She's not even looking, not even paying attention. She's just in her own little world, doing what I'm doing right now, which is walking back and forth on the same 4 feet. 4 feet
Hyper
of space.
focus.
Noah's gonna say, should someone tell her about the scroll?
That is the question, isn't it?
Esther, Galahad, want to say anything in this?
I imagine right now Esther's more focused on Galahad right now.
Okay.
Just trying to. As part of how much she's been abusing the fuck out of his ankle. Yeah, she doesn't want it to stay very badly broken.
So the nurturing
Because
part of her has come out.
that would be her being a bad sibling, wouldn't it?
So the nurturing part of her has come out. Everyone view this moment. Take a picture. It will last longer.
She also still looks openly annoyed at the whole gods thing.
Okay. Anyway. So does anyone want to reply to Noah's and Fennel's?
Fennel don't know what she's doing right now. She's poking at the crystal, trying to make them activate.
If Fennel hears her saying Otis, she likely knows that is Leoric's son, who is Alia's best friend in the village, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah. So she would know that. I would think.
So Fennel's gonna kind of say, well, why don't we deliver that medicine? And we can figure this whole thing out later, when someone's life is more important.
Alia kind of shakes out of her whatever it is, and she's just like, oh, I mean, I can go on my own. It's not that big of a deal. If y'all want to stay or.
Fennel glares at her, like that look that you've gotten in trouble with. And she just says, you have been kidnapped and wounded, and we found you in a box. We are going with you.
Alia just looks What does Miri want to say to this?
While that exchange is going on, Miri's reaching for the fire crystal.
But how would she know which one it is? Sorry. So each of them look very much alike, but they all basically look black, with a little bit of a. One is almost like a dark red within like the black. The other one's like a super deep brown with a little hint of green in the black.
Okay, could I do like an insight check or something to see if I know which one is the fire crystal?
Would that be an
not 'cause it's magic.
investigation?
Investigation?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for an investigation.
All right.
And then the other one has like an ever so slight spot of clear.
I mean, you could just ask Noah.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, I got a 15 anyways, so.
Okay, it's the middle one.
Okay, she reaches for that one.
Okay. It's like a jagged rock the size of your palm. Not sharp enough to cut you or anything. It's, but it's not even warm to the touch or anything. It's just it's like, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, she just wants to hold it.
Okay.
She heard they were crystals, she heard they were magical, and she's like, touch.
Poke. I want to poke her with a stick.
Alia.
Not with a stick, with her fingers.
Alia's a bit indignant, and she's just like, well, I'll make sure, I'll pay attention that nobody's sneaking up on me this time. I mean, I'm not just gonna need a bodyguard for the rest of my life. It's a very long one.
Fennel looks at her. Just looks at her and says, and how many times in the past have you tripped over a tree and dodged a wolf? I don't know. She just she starts listing that have happened. She goes, there were the bears.
She just calling it out.
Berries. The wolves. There was that time that winged something or another flew down from the sky.
Alia just kind of blinks and she's like, yeah, but that was in the past. Look, I'm going to deliver this medicine whether or not you guys are coming, because I can't attend another funeral. Not now. And she's a little annoyed. She's a little annoyed, so she just opens the door and just shuts it, and she just kind of starts going, because if she doesn't get going, she's going to start crying. And to this point, no one has actually seen Alia cry, except for Alia's mom, who she buried a couple years ago. So.
Yikes.
Yeah.
No one's gonna look at the same crystal that Miri is looking at. See if he can if he has any idea if there's a way to activate it. So I wanna.
I think that would be an insight check, wouldn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all.
You can either make
I-
an insight or investigation.
I'm gonna make an insight check.
It's up to the
Yeah.
DM.
Well, I would say because he's not holding it, and I feel like investigation is like looking at the object or something, and insight is him trying to remember. And since he doesn't have the object, like in his hand, I would say insight. Because he's also,
Okay.
I bet Undead is thinking of his character's connection to Rolina at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Fire.
so that would be insight.
Okay. 18 plus 3.
Okay. Noah remembers training at the temple and learning the fire genasi part of him. And he remembers seeing crystals like that before, typically used in rituals of all sorts of varieties. Anything that needs something of the symbol of fire and there's nothing else to kind of take their place, that sort of object is used. It is a component to a ritual. He even remembers one time walking in and he actually they asked him to join in on this ritual of like a purifying fire, and so he took the place of the stone of the crystal. It is simply a component to a ritual that is needed as the embodiment of fire.
I think it's. I'm gonna mention to Miri. That's a ritual crystal.
Miri's gonna nod her head, and then she's just gonna put it in her bag.
It's hers now.
At this point, Alia's left, right?
Oh, Ollie is like walking. She's heading to Carnegie, and she is doing her best to keep her tears to herself.
Okay, Miri's gonna look at Fennel, and then it's gonna be like, should we go after her?
Oh, who is already by the door? Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how annoyed is Fennel at the moment?
Fennel's not really annoyed. She's just exasperated. She's like, she's adjusting her belt, so she's grabbed her spare axe from the shed a couple hours ago because she knew she was going to be checking out again. And she's just like, kids!
Children!
Teenagers, the young.
So there are
What?
2 crystals left on the table. Miri has the fire crystal. Actually, I need to write this down, don't I? Because I forgot to add. I forgot to homebrew those damn things. The other 2 are on the table, and Fennel has the 2 scrolls. So.
Okay, Miri's gonna go ahead and grab both of the other crystals, and she's gonna walk out the door and try and go after Alia.
Okay.
Noah is wondering, is like contemplating whether he should help, but he doesn't really feel he should because it's not his place.
So he's just going to stay in
Conflicted.
someone's house.
Fennel, before she leaves, turns to them and says, "You're welcome to stay. Like, please do not be alarmed if rats run by. They are part of this household." And then she
Noah,
walks out the
Noah
door.
thinks about that and he's like, "I'll help." And he grabs his great axe that he left near the couch and just leaves Esther and Galahad behind.
Okay, so hang
He doesn't
on.
want to be alone
You
with them.
said Nibbles was going or Tibbles? Which one is going and which one's staying?
Nibbles is going. Tibbles is staying.
Okay.
Your favoritism shows through once again.
Fight me.
Fight.
I love Nibbles.
I will. Let's fight.
1v1 me in Minecraft.
Roll for initiative.
You'll meet me in the pit in Minecraft.
Once I'm finished with it, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Esther and Galahad have seen this as people are leaving. What are they gonna do?
Galahad can't exactly walk, so Esther's gonna just be like, okay. Guess I'll take care of this.
This.
Well, to be fair, Galahad could ride Romulus.
I
Y'all
could,
have
but they
rope?
don't have a saddle.
You have rope.
Yes.
You have rope. She could just tie him.
Yeah,
And you know,
could.
Tie him up like a bundle of sticks.
and there may potentially be a healer in town that could, you know, fix the whole.
Can she ask Fennel to carry this again?
Well, considering Fennel's
could if
probably 20 feet out
Ah.
the door,
Well,
she'd
she's
need to
not that
catch her.
far. She's not that far out. She's on Miri to also get out the door. Whoever else is coming along.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Noah's is just walking with Fennel at this point, so.
Now, the big question is, would Fennel be willing to carry this again?
Fennel's down for anything.
That was a little muffled in my end. What'd she say?
Oh. I said Fennel's probably down for anything.
She's going to go ahead and say, look to Fennel and say, would you mind carrying this? We might be able to find a healer in time.
Am I back? I'm back. Okay.
And pointing at Galahad.
Yeah.
And Galahad just looks like humiliated that he has to be carried.
Fennel looks at Galahad.
Literally carried.
Fennel looks at Galahad and just rankle the.
Did she just get really quiet for you guys too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cutting in and out.
Sorry, y'all. Can I switch back to my other tablet? You think?
Mm, eh.
Might work, might not. It's worth a shot, I suppose.
Oh, let's give it a shot. I'll be right back.
I think the gist of it is Fennel's carrying Galahad, either slung over the shoulder like a sack of potatoes, or princess style, whichever one's funnier.
Basically.
Is that any better?
Oh, hallelujah.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So I'm just gonna be on the screen now. I was working on the drawing as well, but I can't now. But it's cool.
Aw.
Anyway,
Oh.
what was I saying? Right. So Fennel kind of looks at Galahad and just says, "It's your ankle that's broken, right?"
He's kind of a bit too embarrassed to say anything. So Esther's going to go ahead and say for him, yes, I made sure of that.
Fennel kind of just nods and she says, "Wait one moment." And she walks back inside and she goes through the doorway by the kitchen and she goes to her room and she opens up the drawer, like not the door, the closet, and she pulls out a pair of crutches and she walks back. She says, "I'd be willing to carry you into town. However, your face suggests you would not enjoy that." And she just
This is great.
Now,
No.
are they crutches for somebody Fennel's size, or...
Yeah, but they're wood and she made them herself to be adjustable. So
Okay.
she adjusts them to Galahad's height and she just hands them to
They get about 4 inches shorter.
Noah's trying to keep in a laugh right now.
Go for it.
Think about it this way, at least Miri didn't see.
Yeah.
Where's Miri at?
She left
Miri.
before everyone else.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's off ahead.
Okay, so
Galahad now
At
has
this
crutches.
point, she's
Fantastic.
either caught up to Alia or she's like behind her a few feet.
I would say she's probably I'd say maybe 60 feet behind Alia. Like she can kind of hear Alia walking ahead. Maybe she can kind of see her through the trees a little bit because Alia's going pretty quick. She's upset. She didn't want to see it. She doesn't want anybody to see her. So I would say everybody else is like 90 feet, 100 feet back.
Slow down ahead.
Yeah.
Whew.
Galahad's going to go ahead in a very... what's the word I'm looking for? God, what is the word I'm looking for right now?
Describe.
If I could describe it, I'd be able to say it, then wouldn't I?
Just give me words around it. I could probably help you.
If I could think of words around it, I'd be able to say it.
Why are you rolling?
Miri, roll a d20.
Shit.
Oh.
No.
Oh shit.
What was it?
Do I add anything?
Nope.
That's a 3.
Oh boy.
Okay. 1 minute, I'm having to do notes.
That dice is going to
Oh, no.
dice jail for the night. Like,
Go.
dang it.
Okay, so...
Well, fuck
My
it. Just for
D20
lack of
were
a
my
better word,
stealth
he reluctantly accepts them and tries to get a hobble to his feet. And he just says, "This is going to be a very, very uncomfortable trip."
Okay. So Miri got a 3.
Esther's going to go ahead and respond to him in Elvish. Shouldn't have tried to run.
I don't trust the giggling DM.
I don't either, because I rolled a 3.
Oh, do you want to know what kind of a DM you should really never trust?
That one?
The one that never ever
never
gives
lets
anything away.
So you touched the chair? No.
For example, Miri had that really nice meal, that really lovely, brilliant breakfast. Big breakfast of her, right?
Roll Constitution.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah,
With
this is
disadvantage.
Fennel's house. This is Fennel's house. No.
Wouldn't poison anybody.
No, roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Turns out Miri's allergic to milk.
Nope, she was eating too fast and choked.
Yeah, that's really what I said.
Didn't
She
you
choked.
say is also allergic to viscous? Sorry.
Miri has my allergies of every plant ever, because of course I did.
How do I want to do this? Would it be...
Oh, no, not the Matt Mercer line. How do you want to do this? And now we're in Critical Role.
God, the only good thing about this quarantine is that I'm finally getting caught up on Critical Role.
Oh, okay then. I'm a lucky duck.
No, Ducky's a lucky duck, because she's actually a duck.
Isn't that her username too? The Lucky Duck? Or the Lucky Ducky?
Yep.
Is it Lucky Ducky?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is somebody named Lucky Ducky?
Yeah,
Yeah, in the Minecraft realm.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So, I presume the group is all kind of meandering, potentially a little slowly, considering they're possibly waiting for Galahad, right? So, Noah, Esther, Romulus, Galahad, and Fennel all walking as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to change this? Y'all are
I could
100 feet back.
I can imagine Romulus kind of occasionally nudging up against Galahad, almost knocking him over a few times.
Yeah. Oh, thank
Just
you
a
for
motion.
reminding me.
Oh boy.
No, I pulled up everybody's sheets, but Romulus's is in a
God.
different area, so his is not up.
See, that just makes me worry more.
Romulus is the tankiest motherfucker in this entire party.
Take a good look at that.
Okay, hang on. Oh,
Or at least he was. I'm pretty sure he still is, actually.
oh yeah, no, he wouldn't hear Jack. Okay. Alright, so...
Here, what? Excuse me?
So,
What did you roll first?
Miri
Did it
can
just-
see perception if Galahad,
but-
if Romulus would be able to sense what is about to occur 100 feet ahead
What?
of y'all.
What was the
Wait,
number?
Were
though?
you
That's the
having me
question.
roll a perception check earlier?
No, I was having you roll for initiative.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh.
What was the number, though, that you rolled for the perception check?
Let's see. It was a 6 plus 3 because he has a perception of plus 3.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to hear anything or sense anything going on 100 feet ahead of y'all.
Yeah, but how would a passive perception of 14 do?
But 100 feet ahead of y'all. That's a good little ways.
Yeah.
I mean, even
The point
then,
is no.
Yeah, the point is no. Plus, he's still focused on Galahad, as you mentioned. So y'all are meandering a little bit, doing whatever, and Miri can see Alia kind of walking quickly, and she's trying to catch up to her, and she's, Miri can kind of see. So Miri can see that Alia is kind of taking her hand to her face as if she's wiping. And so I'm going to give you an option to call out to her at this moment. Does Miri want to do anything at this moment before things happen?
Yeah, she's gonna be like, Alia, wait up!
Okay. So Alia just she's just like, I'm okay, I'm fine, I can walk through the woods by myself, and I'm going to be okay. And
It's not about that! I just wanted to go with you!
And then you can see Alia stop, and because, kobolds.
Oh.
Oh!
7 of
Oh,
them.
shit. If Galahad could use his sword, this would be easy.
Except for the fact that y'all are a good little ways behind. And
I'm just saying, when Galahad called up, this would be easy. If he could use a sword. But he's on crutches, he can't exactly use a weapon at all.
So the kobolds...
He just kind of I guess he'll just hobble there in the background.
Yeah. So the kobolds are like, you! The master wants you! You better get back in the coffin! And they just start going. And Miri can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. All going up after Alia, but they are not going after Miri. Like, if she keeps going, yeah, she'll enter the fight, but you did roll 3.
Not sure we roll initiative if you enter the fight, but
Well, to be fair, she's I kind of feel like, well, I just did it because, damn it, I had to roll initiative 8 times. Just work with me here, damn it.
Okay, if Miri sees them attack her, she's gonna run up and try and help.
Yeah, I also banked on that, just in case. So
yeah, good.
Yeah. So
Would Esther be able to hear what's going on from back down?
roll a d20. Yeah, roll a perception.
I did. It came out to a total of 14.
I rolled a 14 as well.
No, you wouldn't be able. The only thing you might notice is that the creatures around you have gone quiet, like the birds.
I'm gonna roll a d20 as well.
Yeah, go right on ahead.
Nope.
We'll see if Galahad does any better. Hold on.
No idea what's going on up there.
Hold on.
Wait, where did you roll the d20?
Okay, nope. Galahad saw absolutely shite. He rolled it at random D&D. Galahad saw absolutely shite.
Because I don't see it.
It's there. They rolled a 2 and a 6.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Yep.
he rolled a 2. Galahad got a 13 total.
Okay, this is weird. It's not there. It says the last one
sorry,
was at 10:06. Roll was 6. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Shut up. Shush. The DM is an idiot. Okay. So, Alia just kind of stops, and I feel like Miri's just running up to be behind her, right?
Pretty much.
And Alia is just like, I'm not going back to any box, so you can go tell your master to shove it. And she pulls out her... What does she pull out? What do I have? She pulls out her short bow. Yeah. Yep. She pulls out her short bow and she kind of gets it ready, essentially. I'm assuming. What does
shite.
Miri want to pull out?
I guess her staff.
Okay.
Actually, no. Miri doesn't pull out her staff. Miri pulls out her knife.
Mary
Okay.
pulls out a motherfucking minigun.
Miri pulls
Like,
out
where?
a sniper rifle.
Like, where were you storing that? It's a bag of
And her
holding.
pocket.
Interdimensional portal.
It's a pocket of holding. Okay,
Oh shit!
Mary's dead.
Oh.
Someone's dead.
I just rolled a nat 20. Oh wait.
Oh,
That was on initiative though. But still, that goes into the nat 20s thing real quick. Let me just.
Yikers.
Okay. So.
So about how many turns do you think it'll take them to get within earshot of this?
3. Well,
Okay.
earshot. In 2 turns.
I'm just gonna wait a full round, wait a couple turns, and then make another perception.
Because I feel like it would be 2 turns, because, you know, y'all walk. I'm gonna say y'all are walking about 25 feet because Galahad. Because normally the walking speed's 30 to 35, right? But with
It's,
Galahad. Yeah, so less for Galahad, and y'all are about 190, 90 feet back. So I would feel like once y'all get within 45 to 30 feet earshot. So, yeah. So, yeah, that kobold hit. Okay, I need you. Oh, shit.
Did
Really?
it kill?
Really?
That's
No.
a 1, isn't it?
No, I got a nat 20 for the initiative, and then I rolled a 4 of a d4. But since
Wait.
Not 20 initiative or not 20 hit?
I'm sorry, hit. Yeah, so then it's
For that's just what,
So you
six?
critted both rolls.
8. So that's an 8 damage, right? That's 8 hit points worth of damage?
Wasn't it damage plus half?
Yeah, because but it's a d4 plus 2.
Yeah, that'd be 6. No, that'd be 9.
Okay, yeah. Are we? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Trying to remember my own damn rules, and it's not here.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be 9
I
because
regret so much.
your damage before crit would be 6, and then add half, which is 3, so 9.
The first kobold just comes. He's coming forward with the sling, and he just whoosh, and it smacks Alia right in the face. Boom! And she kind of tumbles back a little bit, and yeah, her face is hurting like hell because a rock just hit it with the force of a grenade.
With the force of a grenade.
That would have killed her.
Specify that grenade. I should have killed her.
The second kobold comes in to stab her in the foot with his dagger and misses her by like 2 feet. Come on, Alia, please. Dice. I would like to not kill my character right now.
When the DM's trying to kill a character.
Alia is still like screwed up, and so she tries to string her arrow, but it falls to the ground uselessly.
Can we knock her arrow?
Do you mind? I have however many to get through. Yes, knock her arrow.
You might have another one. Because I just did a roll for perception to see if after 2 turns, Esther can hear this shit.
Yeah, and?
17 and then 22.
Yeah, so she can hear that there's a commotion going on, and there's something about sticking someone back in a coffin. Does she intend to share this with the party? Because Galahad and Fennel would have an idea. And, possibly Esther, if she was paying attention to Alia saying something about being in a coffin back at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good idea that Fennel will get that something's up if Esther just pulls the sword and goes for a dead sprint. Which is exactly what she does.
Okay.
Kind of signaling for Romulus to stay with Galahad, because, you know, he's literally defenseless right now. And Galahad's just like, what?
Noah is gonna notices this and immediately gets the idea that something's wrong here, and he's gonna follow behind Esther.
Okay.
Fennel's gonna turn to Galahad and just, you know, say, like, I'm going to run on ahead. Be careful.
It's kind of like wait here, we'll be right back.
Yeah. Fennel's a bit torn here. Because
Don't die.
Galahad has a bad foot, and I guess Romulus, yes. But last time she left him alone, he got, like, kidnapped. But at the same time, the other two are running on ahead. She's gonna put her trust in them and just... She looks at Galahad and is just like, do you mind? And kind of just, like, gestures to, like, pick him up.
Ragdoll time.
He's just like,
I will cut in right here. Romulus hears what's going on forward, and he kind of whimpers and kind of growls a little bit, but he stays put. Like, his hackles are raised and stuff.
Galahad's just like, I guess I could just sit in the shade of that tree. He just hobbles on over to a tree. Because what use would he be in a fight right now?
Fennel pulls out her great axe and tells him to stay safe, and then bolts on ahead.
Oh, how bad is this?
So now how long will it take them to get to this going at a dead sprint?
Esther 2 turns. No. Yeah. Put it this way, she has 1 turn of running and then 1 turn of attacking. Fennel... Fennel the same. And Noah the same. Everybody the same. But
so then she'll just kind of cut in.
Well, I started running as soon as I saw Esther running. So I assume I'd be, like, somewhat behind her
that's
still.
what I'm saying. So, okay, we're going to say it's going to take Fennel 2 turns. It's going to take Noah and Esther 1 turn to get there, and then 1 turn to attack, per se. Although it may not matter much in a moment. Jesus. Why do I do this to myself? Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Fuck!
Stop trying to kill your character.
Alia is not able to deal with the this kobold that comes in and slashes at her left knee with brutal force. And she falls because obviously her kneecap just got slashed deeply. I'm down to 2 hit points.
Quick question about how close is Esther to the fighting right now?
And Noah.
30 feet, but keep in mind, Miri is, like, probably, I'd say, just whacking them uselessly with her, just trying to, kick them in the face or something.
That I can already cut in.
I haven't had a turn yet. You can't say what I've been doing.
Esther can already cut in. Because remember that little hand crossbow she always has 1 bolt ready with?
Okay, so just going ahead and... I guess it would be roll with advantage?
And I have a question. How quickly do you think... Oh, wait. Yeah, one question.
That didn't work at all.
This is not Avery.
Yeah, I realize that now.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't hit at all.
7.
So, an arrow very narrowly misses Miri's head.
Bolt.
Ha! I do not want to get shot by a teammate again.
Oi, you haven't been shot by a teammate yet. Just nearly. Very nearly.
No, in another campaign, I was shot by our healer.
The irony!
earlier today, I accidentally got quest in the knees.
You realize that that's a 7 though, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't hit him. Anything. You
No,
don't hit
No,
I
the
you
know.
knees.
still don't hit.
I know.
But the way the kobolds are all around them, just like hitting them and all this crap. So just imagine like the snake scene in Indiana Jones, like he's just fire everywhere. Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Except Alia is really having a bad day. So the
Yeah.
kobolds, the two kobolds that haven't attacked yet, grab Alia's prone body and just start tugging and pulling as one kobold runs up to Miri and slashes her with this very wicked, nasty dagger, and it cuts
Doesn't have-
her her shin for 6 hit points of damage.
Can I use a reaction?
Go right on ahead.
If you have a reaction, then use it.
I
I'm
would like
assuming-
to, as my reaction, I would like to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh.
I forgot she was a warlock.
So, that means the creature has to make a dexterity saving throw, or else it takes 2d10 fire damage.
Oh no. It might just die.
Okay, so it does not succeed.
Sweet! I've been waiting to use this. One moment. I gotta get another d10 out.
Yeah, and your
Oh, boy.
your turn to attack is actually right after this one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That is 7 points of damage. Not as good as it could have been, but
Oh no,
Um,
it dies
it's
screaming
dead.
in fire.
It's dead. You killed it.
It's
You
dead.
Remember-
It's a dead. It's a dead.
They've got 5 hit points.
Yeah, you overkilled it.
and then so it's my actual turn now, right?
Yep, and so the 2 that were supposed to go after you, right? Like it was you and then the second kobold and the 7th kobold. They're just pulling at Alia's like prone body as she's like trying her best to smack them with her bow. Like they're just dragging her into the woods, and you still have 1, 2, 3. You've got 4 snarling at you right in front of you.
So 7 total.
Well,
Well,
there's
one's
6
dead.
left, yeah. So, and then after
see.
this, Noah and Fennel and y'all can roll for advantage. Roll for initiative, I should say.
Roll for advantage. Ooh.
I also forgot to add my initiative. Well, at the same time, though, it wouldn't really have. Yeah, no, it wouldn't have changed anything, actually. Never mind.
Let me see if I have a
Nick,
thing.
that was loud.
Let me see if I have a
That's
thing.
what you get.
Oh.
I am so
Um,
glad! It's not just me! Oh, thank you! Oh!
Shoot.
Let me see if an actual physical die does better, because Dice Maiden just doesn't like me.
Oh my god!
No, seriously, Dice Maiden literally does not like me. Ask Undead.
To be fair,
Yeah.
the last 2 kobolds also rolled a nat 1.
Could I use Mage Hand to like grab a hold of Alia and try and keep them from pulling her into the forest?
Does it say object or creature?
It says object, but
Then
like
that'd be a no.
if I grab her shirt.
I don't think the object can actually be attached to a person, though. That's the thing.
Okay. Well, this is
A
a
predicament.
situation.
Let's see if a physical D20 does me any better. A hell of a lot better.
I
Okay.
would like to.
Noah can also roll a initiative check at this point.
Okay.
Am I
gonna
using the
use-
one that Dice Maiden gave me, or my 7 that
I
my
rolled a
physical die
13.
just gave me?
I rolled a 12. Plus
We're
one,
gonna go
13.
with the Dice Maiden because I'm
Do
giggling
it.
way too hard at that.
Well then, that's a 4. So-
I got 13 with my 12.
And you got a 13? Okay, so that would put
Yes,
you...
in total.
Yep.
Okay. And Fennel, go on ahead.
While this
Red?
is going on, Galahad just like got his cards out and started playing solitaire.
You said Fennel, I disconnected, so
Yeah, no,
You
Fennel,
can roll initiative.
initiative, yeah.
rolling initiative. I rolled a 19. Fennel.
Oof.
Oh, damn.
Fennel is not happy.
Okay.
Hit.
Which one do you want to hit? Which one does Miri? What does Miri want to do?
I'm gonna use Sacred Flame on one of the kobolds that is dragging Alia into the forest.
Okay. All right.
It's got to
Very-
do another dex save.
Very good thing that is a directed spell and not an AoE.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that did not go.
What'd
Yeah.
they roll?
A 4.
Okay.
Doggies, be quiet.
That is another 7 points of damage.
One of the
It's
one
dead.
holding, yanking on Alia's really injured left leg just both bursts into flame, and Alia kind of screams, and she's just uselessly whacking it with her bow with the one, because she's like, I don't want to get on fire. Let me go! Just bonking it in the head, and it's just snarling. And the other one is basically saying, like, nope, 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 because the master will kill us. The master will kill us. It is
They
now,
kill you if you don't.
It is now Esther's turn.
Wait,
All right. What?
Because
Wait.
She rolled a 4.
right. So so put it this way. Miri just went.
Oh, right. You
And
are
then
you
it's- I'm doing it
slotted
in
them in where
order.
they fit. Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the two that were supposed to go after Miri were the ones who decided to, instead of using that moment to attack, they
Where's
just
the closest
grabbed and
one?
started running.
Where's the closest one to Esther right now?
Esther, I would say they're the ones all around Miri. They're about 5 feet away.
Well, then she's going to go ahead and move that way and thrust her rapier at one of them, preferably the one that's closest to her.
Okay.
Roll salt.
No, fuck that. Physical die, because fuck Dice Maiden. Undead, Dice Maiden is for you.
It is. I've rolled a run on Dice Maiden before, though.
Yeah, but it was also the one that you rolled first on, and you got mostly nat 20s.
Okay, and
Okay, so what'd you roll?
what did you roll?
That's a 17 plus a proficiency of 2.
Okay, it's gonna hit. So do an attack and
Oh,
do it
it
quickly.
doesn't do what I want it to do, though. Fuck, okay.
What?
Because with the Vicious Rapier, if I got a 20, it doesn't even have to be a nat 20. You could just add up to a 20. They take 7 points of additional damage, so it would just one-shot it anyway.
One-shot it, yeah.
1d8
Doesn't
plus
matter.
3. As long as I get a 2, it's dead. Speaking of, I got a 2.
Cool.
1d8 plus 2. 1d8. 2 plus 3.
Alright. So the one
I'd
that
barely kill it.
slashed at Miri's leg, dealing the 6 points of damage, it just dies at this
Wait, I
rapier.
thought I already killed that one.
No, you instead decided to target the ones that were dragging Alia
I killed
away.
it with Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, she killed it with Hellish Rebuke.
And then I
With her
attacked
reaction.
one of the other
Sorry,
ones
I
with Sacred
forgot.
Flame.
It's
I'm sorry.
kaput.
It's the one behind it. Sorry. I'm looking at, like, a lot of different things, okay? Sorry.
I know, I just want to make
The
sure
one
that you're not
behind.
accidentally making us fight another one.
No,
Why did you have so many?
Because the last time they just sneezed through all of the four.
They're gonna sneeze through them anyway. They have fun.
Galahad literally bulwarked the first one, stabbed him in the neck.
And no one took any damage.
His mate tripped over the body, and Fennel just lobbed his head off, and then Romulus just fucking ripped the last one's jugular out.
And
Kit, you said I took 6 damage, right?
Huh?
You said I took 6 damage, right?
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is, like, yeah, you did take 6 damage, but you haven't taken any more. Like, you just
No.
took the 6
I was making sure because I forgot to put it in when the damage was dealt.
6 damage. Okay. So,
How many are left?
that
For me?
would be
Or, not thinking.
1, 2, 3, 4 are left. With one of them is off to the left, dragging Alia's body, and probably about 25-ish feet away, and he's just yanking, and Alia's really, really hurt. I mean, she's down to 2 hit points. I'm really glad I decided to amend it, because I was going to send 10. And then something told me don't do that. So I'm really, 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 really glad.
Oh yeah, Galahad's not there to tank literally everything.
No, Fennel's
With his
here.
shield.
Oh, shit.
Galahad's still playing solitaire, by the way. And petting Robin.
One of the 3 kobolds in front of Esther and Miri runs up and stabs Esther in her side.
Oh no.
What did he roll for the attack?
He got 6 hit points. And he did.
What?
Oh, wait, hang on. Well, no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he rolled an 18 for initiative.
Okay.
I meant to hit.
For initiative, you mean for attack?
Yeah, he rolled an 18. He's not happy because he just watched his friend die, and he really doesn't want to piss off the master. So she just got stabbed for 6 hit points of damage.
There's gonna be a world of hell for that kobold.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Turn is it now? Kobold. There's so many kobolds.
Okay, the other one goes and tries to slash at Miri, and it slashes her right arm for 3 hit points of damage.
Well, that's just rude.
That's just rude.
I'm really grateful I've been rolling, like, as much, because it's D4 plus 2, and up until this moment, I have been getting 4s. I was begging my dice to give me a 1, and it did. I'm sitting over here, come on, baby, you know you don't want a TPK. Come on, baby, please!
I don't think they were going to TPK.
Well, you know what I mean. I don't want to kill a character. I don't want to kill y'all.
See, they
Except
can't TPK because Galahad's way in the background.
This is okay. You know what I meant.
Just
Sorry, I
playing
meant
solitaire.
I meant
So I
kill
guess they're gonna
Miri.
have
I
a
didn't
list.
want to kill Miri. Fennel. It's Fennel's turn now.
Haha! Fennel has arrived.
Yeah. Sorry about that. The 2 that just went rolled a 19 as well. So if y'all got the same number as the ones that already had numbers, I just put you underneath that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go on.
Fennel runs up. She's got her great axe out. She sees what's going on. She sees her eyes lock onto Alia, who's being dragged away, and she's gonna run up and just.
How
chop.
far is Fennel from the one that's dragging Alia?
Fennel's about 30 feet. So yeah.
So she can make it.
That's a bit of a stretch because moving your full 30 would be your proper turn.
What if I threw my hand axe at it? Would that hit? How
What's
far?
your range on it?
It says 20, but then it has 60 in parentheses, so I don't know. 20 to 60 feet. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw my hand axe at it.
All right.
How does
Roll
it sound? Roll a d20, right?
Yep.
Oh, and it rolled off the table. I'm gonna roll on my tablet instead. 19.
It's gonna hit.
Yikes. It's gonna hit.
Yep,
Hurt
especially
probably.
that's my strength modifier, right? Which is a +4.
Oh,
Oh. Oh boy.
Plus my
your proficiency.
yeah, which is a +2.
You know what? You should have had a vicious battle axe or great axe.
I have one.
A vicious one?
No.
No,
Okay.
it's a great axe.
You should have had a vicious one because it does an additional 7 damage if your attack roll reaches 20 in any way.
Well, but she's not using her battle axe. She's using a hand axe.
Oh right, she is. So she is.
All right. Just
Roll
like
for damage.
Yeah, roll for it.
Okay, so that's a d6.
I mean, I guess
D6.
no matter what you do, it's
What?
gonna kill
Yeah.
it.
1d6.
Unless she rolls a 1.
No, even then it will,
3.
because it's
What was
plus
it?
4.
Previous?
Yeah, it's a 1d6 plus 4.
Oh, okay. Might as well just mark it off as dead then.
Yeah, that's 7 damage.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh.
You're so easy to kill.
Fennel roars.
Yeah, kobolds have 5 health, undead. And
Fennel roars.
12 AC.
The barbarian blood boiling just beneath her skin.
Now, does she want to say anything as she's letting this go?
No, she
They
just
also vote infidel.
She's just roaring and just because
this feral roar, and like I am very tempted to roll intimidation for the rest of these guys because she just lets out this deep guttural, very barbarian.
Do it.
do it, do it.
Rolls in that one, scares herself. Like, oh, fuck, what have I done?
Hang on, roll for intimidation. All right, I rolled a 12 with the -2, so it's like it's a 10.
Yeah, the other kobolds don't really react.
They're too busy fighting.
Yeah, they're too busy focused on the very angry Esther and the Miri that's just like, how rude!
Very angry Esther, or
Yeah. Esther.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I guess
she's going for the one that's dragging Alia away. And the other
Esther?
two, no.
Oh no, Fennel.
So, yeah. 'Cause
Well, you said a very
Esther's-
angry Esther, so it confused me.
Well, she's very angry.
It's not her first time being stabbed, I'm sure.
She doesn't like being stabbed, I imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
she's a masochist.
So, this hand
Can
axe
even.
slings through the air, and it just slams into the head of this kobold, and it just... and it drops on top of Alia, and it just like... and she's just not happy. Alia's pissed. She's really not happy. She's really hurting, too, 'cause she has 2 hit points left. So she just shoves this... Actually, no, I probably should roll a strength for that. Let's see. Oh, yeah,
That
no.
one.
Actually, no, that was a 19. Even with my -4, it's still gonna... She just manages to shove it off to the side.
Well, how much does it weigh? Because your strength, you wouldn't even need to really... Oh no, she is actually very wounded.
And she's
Wouldn't
prone.
that be with disadvantage then?
Okay.
Rolls on that one.
Yeah, no, she's not able to get the body off of her. With a, I got a 7, but -4, so... Yeah, so the handle is just poking in her stomach, and she's very muddy because they've been dragging her into the swamp. And she's bleeding out in the water, and her blood is going down this little stream. It's being carried away.
This is the second time she's been trapped under a body.
Yes, because she has no. My child has thin bones because she has no strength.
Remember that time she said she could handle herself in the woods and then nearly died?
Fennel
what
is
is her
never.
strength?
Fennel is never gonna let her go anywhere by herself.
Okay,
No,
what
she's
is
not
her
even-
strength?
She will literally
Um,
never live this down.
Her strength is. I'm sorry, her modifier is a -3. So her strength is
Oh
a
dear
4.
God.
Her strength is a 4. Yeah. So she's really not
How
having a good
unfair.
day. She's really not having a good day. So,
I think we've been doing. Okay.
what?
Anybody ever noticed a hit/DC thing under actions?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
really know what that means.
That's your attack roll bonus for that specific weapon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we should be using that, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's why I
Has
kind
no
of
one else been
avoid.
using that?
Well,
Nope. I just
yeah.
kind of saw it, just like meh. To be fair, most of Esther's strikes have hit.
Yeah.
Well, then again, to be fair, they've always had to make a
You know what?
Constitution save, and they failed it.
I think you
Yeah.
just calculate what your proficiency bonus is and what weapon it is, and just adds it to 1, so you don't actually have to add it up yourself.
Mhm.
Because on a detect, or no, what is it? One of my spells, it lets me, like, I think it. What is one of my.
What did I roll on that crossbow? No, that okay. My hand crossbow still would have missed.
Oof. Anyway, what's happening now?
It
Whose
is
turn?
Noah's turn to roll.
Okay, so I'm going to go after the kobold that slashed at Miri, and I'm gonna just bring the axe down.
Alright, go on ahead and roll.
Please, God.
Please.
19.
19,
Nice.
that hits! Alright.
That's basically dead.
Okay, I need to roll 1d12. 10 plus
That's
2. I
dead.
rolled 12 damage. This thing is.
Alright.
That's
I think
double
Dice
dead.
Maiden likes you.
Yeah, Dice Maiden likes him. Dice Maiden hates me.
Oh boy.
Fuck Dice Maiden.
Can I just cut it in half? Like straight in half, like split it in 2.
Like vertically in half.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, simply put, that blood just spurts everywhere as this kobold is literally cleaved into the giant great axe, just slamming into the dirt path, leaving a nice good dent in it. And blood just goes all over the remaining kobold, Esther, Miri, and Noah.
Esther is unfazed.
Does Miri have anything to say about being?
Miri like looks at it, sticks her tongue out, and is like, "Dang it! Now I need another bath."
Just got cleaned up at Fennel's place.
You just see the look of absolute pure rage in Esther's eyes directed at the kobold that attacked her.
I think it's Esther's turn. Or
No,
it's...
there's one more kobold.
There's,
One more kobold.
Oh, there is.
there's another kobold. Have fun.
There's 2 more.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Miri gets stabbed in the foot for 6 hit points of damage. Miri.
What? Why me?
Cause you're the. I mean.
Don't want to worry anyone, but I have 1 hit point.
And Hellish Rebuke.
To be fair, Esther.
Oh, right. You already used it.
Well, it's your turn now, so.
You can heal.
It's whose turn?
Miri.
Yours.
Okay.
Because to be fair, looking at Miri versus Esther, who looks the least intimidating and scary?
Then they see me chop a whole guy in half.
Wait.
Yeah, but
Between me and
Esther
Esther,
does-
I
Esther
killed two
does-
of them.
Esther does
I
have a +4
killed Kobold.
intimidation, though.
yeah, but
My intimidation has a +4, and I killed 2 kobolds in the matter of 6 seconds.
well, he was closest to you. And either
Well-
way, no matter which one it would have hit, one of you would be at 1 hit point.
That's just rude. I'm gonna go ahead and freaking use... I can't do that as an action, though.
What?
I can't heal myself as an action unless I want to use my other my other spell slot.
So do a cantrip.
Yeah. I guess I will. I'm gonna use Chill Touch on this kobold that basically almost killed me. Oh dear God.
I was half expecting it.
That is a 14 to hit.
Yep.
Roll your
Yeah.
damage.
Yep.
And 5 points of damage.
Dead.
This hand just grabs it and
It just
chucks
withers.
it. It just straight up chucks it against a tree. I feel like.
It does necrotic damage, though. It just kind of grabs and just necrotizes.
Why can't it grab,
He's rotting.
necrotize, and chuck it like a hockey
Because
puck?
Chill Touch cannot actually move them.
Yeah, it's just
It doesn't actually restrain them. It's just there. And it deals necrotic damage. It just starts to
Okay.
make their
We'll
flesh
know
with
just
the
rot
money.
away.
We'll say it just died with the touch, but in my head I'm still thinking it's just being chucked like a hockey puck. 'cause
I mean,
that's
it's
more fun.
literally rotting alive, so it's still pretty fucking gruesome.
Yeah, but see, I wasn't going for gruesome. I was going for funny. Anyway, party
I
pooper.
could have got him too. How that's already gruesome.
All right, it is now Esther's turn. There is one left.
Roll a d20 for the bastard.
Actually, that hit my keyboard. Not much better. 3.
Yeah, Esther's going to use Burning Hands on the little bitch.
Nice.
Uh-oh. I hope that was worth a spell slot, Salt.
I mean, it's 3d6 as it is, so... Did I do it right? I did. 14 points of fire damage.
Yay!
It turns into ashes.
It's just dust.
Miri sees this happens and claps.
Esther still just has the look of absolute rage and murder in her eyes.
So combat's over, right?
As this thing is just
Yeah,
burning
everything's
in
dead
ash.
for now. I will say that as the more Alia continues to lay
Okay.
in this water
Can we do
with gross crap, the quicker something else is coming.
Okay, well,
Okay.
that's
Gross crap,
done, right?
bleeding. Alia, make a Constitution save.
Okay. So while this is happening, I'm gonna touch Miri and use Cure Wounds.
18, so her Constitution save is damn fine.
Okay.
Mm.
That would have been awkward. She dies
Wait,
to an
no,
infection
wait.
immediately.
Kit,
Mhm.
he said Miri, didn't he?
No, he said Alia.
Yes.
I said Alia.
No, I
Because
said
Alia
Miri.
is laying in a bit of swamp and it's running water and it's carrying her blood downstream to other
And it's-
things.
Flowing into open wounds, so Constitution save.
And I got a 20.
Never know what kind of little parasites you could pick up.
But
She got
y'all,
a 20. Yes.
But
But
he
Undead was
said
healing Miri.
y'all,
Yay.
Fennel didn't stop moving when she threw that axe. She kept going over to Alia. She's picked her up.
Okay. Okay.
Well, say that.
Well,
Yes.
I did. I was trying to, but y'all were talking.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Ouch.
I healed 4 hit points on Miri.
Again, just
Well,
put it in random
have
D&D
fun
because I'm
have fun having
looking at
success.
it. So if I accidentally miss somebody, yell at
No.
me in that.
Kit, if I change my screen, I will lose connection.
This is true.
I finally got it to work where I'm looking at D&D Beyond as well. And that's finagling. And then I had to fix it because none of my axes were equipped. Oh boy. Anyway, it's all good now
dear.
though.
Oh dear. Oh, okay.
Um,
That's not a lot of hit points, y'all.
Oi, at least she's
No.
not dead.
it's not. I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 of my healing lights on Alia. And that is 6 points of health.
Yay! She's very appreciative.
Okay,
So-
with a medicine of 19, you think Esther could just kind of crudely bandage herself?
Yeah, I would say so.
In that case, that's what she does, and then she starts heading back for Galahad.
I'm gonna stop Esther real quick and ask her if she needs a little bit of health. Or
Esther is just going to walk right past you.
All right.
She
Well,
is in a very much just blood rage at the moment. Like, if she was a barbarian, she would probably scare the fuck out of you at the moment.
Fennel walks up to Noah, Alia in one arm, and she looks at his battle axe, which is covered in blood, and she looks at him and she just goes, "Nice."
Alia
Nice.
just
No
sighs
fix
and
this.
she's like, "Can you please put me down now?"
I think Fennel should say no after that.
Fennel
Alia has more health than I do.
Alia has 2 hit points.
No, I have
She
8
has
now.
8 now.
Oh, 8, okay.
How many hit points does Miri have?
I had 1 and he healed me for 4.
Both cut out there.
She has 5.
Is 5.
Okay.
Oh,
Alia is gonna go on ahead. Wait, hang on. So what does Fennel say to Alia first?
Fennel says. Fennel
I
looks
stopped
at
hearing people for a moment.
and
Okay.
you can see this clear worry in her gaze, and she just says, "Stay close," and she puts her down.
Should have just said nope, piggyback the whole way.
Alia kind of hobbles a little bit because the cut on her knee is still healing, but it still hurts. And she decides to cast Goodberry, which is up to 10 berries, so like 10 hit points. And Miri, she gives Miri 9 of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And she goes, sorry. And then she eats one, the remaining one, so she now has 9 hit points, and Miri should be back to full health.
Sweet.
Right? Shouldn't Miri be back to full health? Or is she close? Shoot, who was I looking at? Oh shoot, no, I was looking. Wait, who was I looking at? Damn it! I don't know who I was looking. Oh wait, no, Miri's not quite. She's at 14 of 16, I think. Yeah, 9.
Okay.
Sorry. Who the hell was I looking at? I don't remember. Okay, either way.
That's fine. As long as I have health.
Yeah. Okay.
Miri took all 9 berries and shoved them in her mouth at once.
Oh no.
Yay, they're sweet.
Yeah.
Watch out for their side effects.
Addiction.
Mary's just
Narcolepsy.
feeling very full at the moment because it fills you up. One of them can fill you up for an entire day, but I feel like I feel like Miri is just very much a hobbit. How many
Yes.
did you
What
eat?
about second
4?
breakfast?
You know that whole thing of like the
Yep.
elves. How many did you eat? 4. Did it fill you up? No. I need to find that clip. That's the one I wanted to put, and I can't find it. Anyway. So.
See, filling up an elf and filling up a hobbit is not quite the same thing.
Yeah, but filling up a tiefling.
Good luck with that.
So.
The black
Especially the tiefling.
You ever tried to feed a fearbulb?
The more she eats, the more orange she gets.
I'd pay to see that.
She just turns luminescent orange the more she eats.
Mhm.
By the time lunch rolls around, she's glowing.
Well, there's an automatic fail on all of your stealth checks.
Whoever said she was stealthy? She's meant to be the distraction.
She's supposed to say, "Hey, look at this tail." While Esther comes up and stabs him in the back.
Or Noah caught something. chops a whole person in half like that poor kobold.
Or Fennel hefts him above their head and just throws him.
Alia will likely try to snipe them with an arrow, but at this point today, she's just gonna trip and fall on her face.
Trip, fall on her face, roll on that one on her attack roll, and stab herself with an arrow.
Yeah.
In the knee.
Alia
Ironic.
just kind of looks down and she's like, great, I guess the master wants me back. Looking at all the carnage.
Fennel looks at her and just says, "The who?"
Would Miri like to say anything during this, or Noah?
Miri is gonna
No
look
one
around and be like, wait, where'd Grumpy go?
Oh
Now,
Oh.
which one's Grumpy?
no.
Okay,
Oh, right, she ran ahead. She wouldn't quite know where Galahad's at.
no, she doesn't know where Galahad is at. But I will tell you that the siblings are Grumpy 1 and Grumpy 2, and whichever one is number 1 is the one she likes more at the moment.
So
And
which
which
one's
one's
Grumpy
number one?
Number 1 currently is shoot, why can I not remember her name?
Esther.
Esther.
Because you're
There we
becoming
go.
your character.
Because you're becoming your character.
Alia just kind of she's like, I'm presuming she went back for her brother. Kind of points back to where Esther just was stalking earlier.
Noah just agrees. It's just
She
like,
wasn't
yeah.
stalking, she was storming.
Okay. Well, okay, you know how I say that very angry, brooding walk? That's kind of how I see her, just like, excuse me? Without the excuse me, but you know what
She just has the look of absolute savagery in her eyes at the moment, so don't mind her.
And to answer Fennel's question, Alia's like, they said the master wants me back in the coffin, so I guess the master wants me back. And then she just kind of sighs, and she's, on the off chance the master is the woman that kept taking my blood, what did she look like?
You.
Everybody just point at Alia.
And Alia's just kind of gulps, and she's like, it exactly like me? Somebody...
Yep.
No, both of you roll an insight check.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Insight?
they're different clothes, but...
I got a 17.
Do you have a modifier, or did you add that?
I added that. I have a +6 to insight.
Mm.
I have a proficiency in it.
Fennel?
Esther has expertise in stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Hi.
hang on. Where'd my die go? I've misplaced it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I have rolled a 6.
Ah, okay.
Don't know that I have any modifiers on that.
Let me look.
No, I don't think I do.
Fennel. Insight. +2, so that's an 8, but still.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god, that's funny! So, Miri just kind of thinks back, and she recalls that the fake Alia, as we'll call this individual, the fake Alia's eyes were just barely like below her own, and the Alia in front of her is like 4'9". There's a definite height difference.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Miri's 5'8", not 5 foot.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a couple inches difference between the two. Now, she remembers this, Fennel does not.
So Miri's gonna go ahead and be like, well, she was a lot taller. But I mean, I didn't know that at the time, so.
Fennel blinks and was just like, yeah. She just blinked. Because she doesn't remember that. She doesn't recall it. But I guess to Fennel, everyone's a little bit tiny. You know,
Yeah.
everyone is hug sized to Fennel. I don't know, man.
So, Esther, I'm sure, is already back at Galahad.
Oh, she's tying Galahad to Romulus at the moment.
And she's just gonna lead them back.
And he's just kind of like, yeah, I don't like this look in her eye. I'm just gonna go with it.
Is he gonna ask what stabbed her and why her bandages are somewhat bleeding?
I'm going to assume he sees the look in her eye and just like, I'll ask you later.
Okay.
When
So-
they get to Fennel's gonna untie him and hand him his crutches back.
You guys aren't even there yet. She's just currently tying him to Romulus.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying when they get there.
It'll be a lot faster for everybody if he's just tied to Romulus.
This is true. Romulus is just...
Just leave it
He
be,
doesn't
Fennel.
quite-
You had good intentions, but those good intentions are, not working out.
Romulus does not like the rope chafing, but he says he does nothing. Because he just smells blood on Esther and he just bares his fangs and gives a little bit of a growl. He wishes he'd have been there to taste it, but no, he was stuck on babysitting duty.
Now, to be fair, if Galahad couldn't go farther, even if Esther were to have called him, would he have gone?
Only if Galahad would have allowed it.
Damn it, Dave.
Guess I'll die. Yep. So, we'll, yeah. So as Esther and Galahad are making their way back, does Alia just kind of frowns and she's just like, crap. She doesn't really know what to say. She's just really frustrated right now. Everybody's covered in blood except for Fennel.
What?
What?
Did you read the kobolds thing?
What thing in particular?
Pack tactics.
They get an advantage on attack rolls if they're within 5 feet of each other.
Well, you're damn lucky I didn't, okay?
Yeah, that could have ended much, much more horribly than it did.
Okay. Thank you for
Considering I ended it with 1 hit point, I'm glad she forgot.
I won't forget now.
Thanks a lot, Paladin.
You're welcome.
Pack tactics. And then,
You're
in
welcome.
parentheses, target Esther and Galahad.
You guys are welcome.
Fennel's
Let's
gonna
just
have
say
to
these
be.
guys are really bad.
Fine.
Fennel is gonna have to be.
Wherever the whole group is at all times to protect them.
Ollie is just gonna have to run faster next time. Or take the trees. If Fennel will let her.
Gosh, Fennel is. Look, okay,
Fennel's
Fennel.
angry grandma.
She's worried.
Fennel, I feel like if anything, if Alia were to pull that stunt one more time, Fennel's just gonna grab her pack and just start smacking Alia with it like an angry grandma. That's it, child! That's it!
Or alternatively, make a special pack that you can put on her so she can just have Alia on her back the whole time.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
We lost one. There they are.
Who?
Oh man, my freaking thing keeps cutting out.
Ah, I see. It was Bread who we lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I just got this freaking Alfredo. No, I'm getting. I have my other Discord is like alive right now, and I keep getting notifications from it. And for a second, I thought Alfredo was talking to me, and I got spooked.
oh dear.
It was just It was at someone else in the group chat, but just I know you're there, and I'm like, yes, I'm on Discord. How do you know?
Yeah.
I'm hidden. You. I'm
Oh
sorry.
dear.
Yeah, I had to share that. Anyway, no, yeah, I missed pretty much all of that conversation, but the thing about Fennel is that so before this, she never really spoke to Alia much. Not really.
Yeah. Kind
Wanted
of,
to
sorta, but not necessarily a lot.
Fennel is very disconnected from people. She is terrified of losing people. Absolutely terrified of it, which is why she doesn't talk to many people. The problem is she's got a bleeding heart, and so she will adopt you into her family within about a day of meeting someone. She is terrified of losing people, but she can't help it. She wants to make friends.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's a hint into Fennel's tragic backstory.
Yep. So does anyone want to say anything else before, just basically time skip to Esther and Galahad riding up, essentially?
Basically,
anything else?
Galahad
Do anything
riding
else?
up, and Esther just walking alongside.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No, but
Esther's
when
not
they
even gonna bother washing the blood off. She's just
What,
in that state of mind right now.
what was that?
when they do approach, Miri's gonna say, "So, to town?"
Noah's gonna be like, to town.
Yeah.
Even though I know.
Esther is gonna keep on going, assuming Romulus is right there.
So they all go to town. And despite getting some funny looks from people passing by because they are literally all covered in blood, a couple are, Alia's limping. I'm sure
And there's a
Fennel is
guy
just like
tied
right
to a
there.
direwolf.
Yeah, there's also that.
Don't forget Fennel's little thing.
Oh yeah, there's also a direwolf in town. Again.
And don't forget, where is it?
Oh
Is
my god, if that captain sees Galahad right now, he'd probably get a chuckle out of it.
It's not working, but don't I have something called like Haunted One on me that makes people react?
Yes, you
I do.
It is when they look into your eyes. They basically see the pain that you've gone through. They are afraid of you, but will extend to you every hospitality that they could afford.
Nice.
Yeah, I have that on Esther, and I use the ever-living fuck out of that every chance I get.
I'm.
I don't. It doesn't afford you much chances, honestly,
Mm-mm.
because it requires them to look in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry, what were you gonna say? Fennel?
One more thing, it only works on commoners.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to remember. I didn't really remember what I had, and D&D Beyond wasn't loading properly. So I was just like, wait, what is it? It's a thing that I should remember to have if we're going to go interact with some NPCs.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, time skip. Y'all get to town. People are looking at you funny. Everyone's giving everybody in the party a very wide berth. Thankfully they ran into no other issues, despite the fact that, bloody.
When they get to town, can Fennel untie Galahad and put him back on his crutches, or...
Esther's actually planning to take him to a very specific person.
Alright then.
So the less free movement he has, the better.
Okay. So everyone, y'all are to town, so list off what y'all want. If y'all want it, and I will tell you if it's here or not.
Is there a place to clean off blood?
Tavern.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Is the captain around?
Well, he likes his rum and vodka. What do you think?
He could be on the seas. Oh no, wait, his ship is severely damaged.
Tavern. So, tavern for washing off, and the captain is indeed around. He's around the dock and or the tavern.
Fennel's looking for a new axe and potentially some protection. like, armor or something.
Blacksmith and armory, essentially.
Yeah, she's got a little wooden shield, but she's got a hunch that things get worse before they get better.
Okay. Let me look here.
Esther's gonna go check the docks for the captain.
Yes, there is an armory. There is a blacksmith, put it that way, yeah. Over
Greg,
on
would
the
it not be
seaside.
better to keep Fennel without armor, though?
Wait, what?
When Fennel does not have armor, she gets stuff because of her rage.
Oh!
So wouldn't it be better to not have her wear armor?
Yeah, you're right. She's not gonna...
You're playing a barbarian, my friend, not a fighter.
Yeah, she doesn't really
something she could get if there's somebody who sells magical trinkets around,
Not in this.
and they happen to have the bracers of protection. They're not armor, and they increase the armor class of somebody who is not wearing armor by 1.
That's what Fennel's looking for. That and...
It is a magic item, though.
Yeah.
No magic items really in Carnegie. You're gonna have to go to the actual cities for that.
So Fennel's looking mostly for an axe. She needs another hand axe. She broke her other one,
Yeah, so she's
Why
gonna
not
want to
find
go
a
to the
second
armor.
great axe to dual wield?
That great axe can never... If that great axe breaks, you don't want to be around Fennel when it happens.
Yeah,
I
there's
said to dual wield.
I'll give y'all a little hint into her backstory. That axe belonged to her father. So...
Yeah, she's not gonna let that go.
Well,
He's
don't
sentimental.
roll. Now that Keelan knows that, don't roll on that one.
Oh no, I've known this.
Mm-hmm.
If
If I was the
DM,
if I was the DM, don't roll on that one.
Fair enough. I'll keep that in mind, not to tell you anything about my character. Except for the bare essentials.
Except, if I'm DMing, I can see everything about your character.
Bold of you to
Not
assume
if she doesn't write it.
Bold of you to assume she's even gonna write it down.
Yeah. She hasn't written any of this down about Fennel. She just has a poem.
I have a poem in my character. I don't know if y'all can see my character, right?
We can.
Yeah, you can.
We can't see anything under the description or notes tab, though.
Oh,
we can see your actions, spells, equipment, and I think your feats and traits. The DM can see everything, though, and modify everything.
Okay.
Do y'all want to read her poem? I can put it into chat later on, but...
Yeah.
So the DM could literally make her a disco dancing barbarian if she wanted to.
Don't you mean a bard-barian?
Okay.
There you go.
I was very tempted to multi-class, but I don't want
Barbarian.
that for work.
Okay.
That could be a thing.
Gonna pull us back because we have 15 minutes, and I would really like to get to what I'm thinking before midnight.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Huh? What's wrong?
What?
I heard someone go, huh? We okay with this or not?
We're a bunch of villagers.
Honestly.
mine.
As long as we clean the blood, so we don't.
Yeah. So Alia needs to go and deliver her medicine, but she wants to ask Miri if she would like to come because Miri is a healer / disciple of Carnegie. Carnegie being peace to those who are ill. So she turns to Miri and she's like, would you like to kind of split from the group, come with me, deliver this medicine, and then stop by my house? I have something I'd like to give you.
Miri looks down at herself, still covered in blood, and is like, can I go wash first, or do we, gotta go now?
Alia kind of grimaces and she's like, honestly, I'm gonna go now because I was supposed to deliver this 3 days ago. And if Otis is dead, then it's all my fault.
Miri's gonna be like, Yeah, let's go now.
Okay.
I can wash later. It's fine.
Yeah. So they take off towards the right, leaving Fennel, Noah, Esther, and Galahad and Romulus.
I already said Esther's taking Romulus and Galahad and looking for the captain at the docks.
Okay, so you went to the right. I'm sorry. So Alia, Miri went to the left. Esther, Galahad went to the right, because y'all are coming from Deuce Thicket on the map. Leaving just Noah and Fennel.
I guess Fennel looks at Noah and is like, "Would you like to get that battle axe straightened out?" I'm assuming that's like an axe he got from like the orcs and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Literally plucked it off the body.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's pretty battle torn and could probably use some sharpening, so she's gonna ask if he wants to go to the armory with her.
That should need some full on honing. Like that Smith is gonna be working on that for days.
I was thinking, Noah's gonna respond. Well, I'd rather get a long sword than a great axe. That's more of my preferred weapon.
Fennel nods and says, "Either way, to the armory we go," with a question at the end, if the inflection didn't carry.
Let's, and hopefully I get to clean some of this off, and I'm going to point out the paladin covered in blood currently.
Yep.
In this town, there are 3 people absolutely head to toe covered in blood, and none of them are going to
4.
clean off right away.
4. Alia.
4 of them.
Yeah. Okay, so those two also head off towards the right because the armory is facing the ocean. So Esther and Galahad reached their destination first because they just kept going. Sees a whole bunch of sailors doing their thing, fixing boats, hauling stuff to and fro. A couple of them look at Galahad, and they're just like, keep going. And another one just looks, stops, and he's like, oh shit, he's back.
And one of the guys that dumped fish on him.
Yep, and he just hands his cargo off, and he starts walking away like, I want nothing to do with this, man. I want nothing to do with this.
Yep, did that wrong.
Huh? So, what is Esther
With
doing?
an 18, can Esther notice that guy clearly recognized Galahad?
Yes.
She's gonna call out to him.
It just starts picking up speed.
He's just kind of, he stops and he grimaces, and he's just like, lady, I really want nothing to do with that.
And she's gonna make it short and simple. If you want nothing to do with it, tell me where the captain that brought him here was, and you can be on your way. Or is, and you can be on your way.
You want that, sorry bastard? In the tavern, drinking, as usual. His ship is still being fixed. And, with that, he very quickly just whoosh, he gone.
She whistles at Romulus, and to the tavern they go. Galahad's just like mumbling to himself, "The fuck did I get myself into?"
Everyone's giving them a wide berth, so she's off on her way there. Alia...
She's like moving like she's on a mission. Like you are, if you're in her way, she's walking through you.
Alia...
If you try to stop her, she may do stabby pokey things, or fire burny things, or poison things.
Lots of things. Okay.
She has a variety.
Yeah. So, Alia and
Or slashy
Miri...
cutty things with the short sword.
Alia and Miri reach their destination next, and Alia taps twice on this simple home off to the side that has some leather tanning out front, and she knocks twice, opens it, and she's like, "It's Alia," and just comes in, but she gestures for Miri to follow her, like kind of holds the door open for her, and she's like, "Come on in, it's fine."
He just doesn't recognize you, and you're covered in blood. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong about this.
And then she kind of turns and she's like, "Leoric!" And then you hear this, like, crashing and, like, something pots and bangings, and he's like, Allie? So what does Miri do?
Miri stands there awkwardly because she's in someone's house she doesn't know, dripping in blood. She just kind of is like,
I imagine
not
it started
touching
drying by now.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
already
yeah,
been
dried
dry.
on blood.
It's
She
getting
has
crusty
her tail
right
in
now.
her hands, and she's like playing with it, like someone, like she's just
Very
like messing with
nervously.
it awkwardly.
She's very nervously fidgeting with her tail.
Yes.
So Alia just kind of gestures, come on, follow me, and so she kind of starts walking into a room where you see this man who's a little bit taller than Miri. He's in his 50s, he's withered gray, like, you know, weathered gray, and wearing, like, simple leathers and stuff, and he looks like he's been through hell and back. And Alia asks, is he okay? Is he still alive? I have it. And so she pulls out the medicine and she holds it up. And he looks at both of them and he does this double take, like, okay, it's been 4 days. 2, you're covered in blood. 3, nice to meet you, I'm Leoric. What's your name? 4, y'all are covered in blood. And 5, have I mentioned it's been 4 days? Where have you been?
And 6, you're still covered in blood.
Would Miri like to say what her name is?
Miri awkwardly lays and says, "Hi, I'm Miri."
Alia's like...
Confidence is strong with this one.
With the high charisma modifier, and she... Love it.
Roll it.
She has high charisma. I never said she wasn't awkward.
This is very true.
You did say this is a character that's going to have to seduce her way through the entire campaign, though.
I was joking!
And so far, Fennel's the one doing all the charisma checks.
I haven't... Look, man, there have been, like, no opportunities.
Sure there have.
So
Kobolds
far,
are
the only
sentient.
thing... So far, the only person I could possibly even try to use charisma on have been our own party and a hag. And I was letting Fennel have that hag.
Yeah, but the kobolds are also sentient, so you could have tried to do a charisma check there.
They stabbed me!
And?
Why charisma check when I can burn them alive as a reaction?
Them's fighting words.
Because you could have one as a pet. / slave.
Alright.
Maybe next time.
I have a feeling we're going to run into some more kobolds anyway, so there might be
I'm
a next
thinking
time.
30 is a good number. What do y'all think?
No, thank you!
If one of them is a very bright pink and she gets to convince it to stay with her, sure.
Kit, you know you wouldn't be able to keep track of all of those kobolds.
God.
No, you would not.
No, I wouldn't, but...
You would literally, I would literally need to download Avray for you to keep track of the initiative for you.
Yeah. Nah,
Miri's
Army of
secret goal in
Tarasques
life.
instead.
Become a rainbow.
Army of Tarasques instead, it's fine.
Ask Fennel to try to persuade it onto their side, and then we'll have an army of Tarasques. With an army... We'll be unstoppable.
No. So,
Sorry, I more trust Fennel to convince the Taras to join us because she's already done like some retardedly bullshit
Well,
convincing.
It's okay. So I have dice mated.
Oh god. Oh no. The confidence! It's too high! Bring it back!
Okay.
Alright.
So,
Okay.
I rolled a 10. I rolled.
The entire party just died to the Tarascan then. And it was a baby.
so
Okay, are we gonna figure out if this kid is dead or not? Because if
I'm trying to bring it
scream.
back. I'm trying, but I'm laughing, so it's hard. And I'm also
Alright, bring it
mean,
back!
and it's hard. Anyway, Alia's just like...
Kit, if you kill another child.
I won't. Because this time Alia is on the line.
I see.
No.
I see what you
Alia
mean.
just kind of throws her hands up and she's like, hey, first OT focus, then you can do your annoying older brother crap on me, okay? I have the medicine. And he's like, you better hurry. Are either of you hurt? Do y'all need it? And she just like, straight up, she's just like, Leoric, I can take care of myself. And she just like stomps past him and he's like, oh, clearly! Like, you can tell this is siblings fighting. And he's like, let's not forget who had to save you from freaking snakes. And then she whips back to him and she's like, I shot that bear in the eye. Remember? I'm good. And she's just like, Miri! And she just walks into another room, like, kind of quickly, like...
Gonna go checked off by kobolds, but alright.
She's just
I'll let you have that one.
Not having a good couple of days, okay? And you're not...
Miri quickly follows behind and is like, no idea what's going on.
And you see this child that is laying under some covers, and his skin is gray, his breathing is labored, and Alia pulls out this vial of like liquid, murky liquid, and she just kind of props open his mouth, and she just starts pouring it down his throat. And Leoric comes up behind them worried, and he's like, he hasn't woken up for 2 days now. Now Miri is a healer / Carnegie piece. Would she like to do anything?
Yeah. Miri is immediately checking on him. I would like to do I guess it would be medicine check.
Yeah. Go on ahead and do that.
That's an 11. God, that sucks. Using a different dice.
You know what would be great? If she rolled a nat 1 and caught his condition.
No, thank you.
Thank you for giving me that idea.
Knocking on wood.
No amount of wood will save you now.
I rolled an 11. An 11, that's more than a 10.
Yeah, but it's still 2 1s. It just means you've doubled your nat 1.
She...
Which is still a nat 1.
Stab this man. Not in game either.
An offender doesn't beat you to it, I suppose.
No, not allowed.
It was a joke.
Miri notices that the boy's hands are kind of scratched up a little bit, and someone's been putting ointment on them, but it hasn't been helping.
Yeah, he got the plague.
Leoric says, I don't know, he got into some sort of plant patch with thorns, and he was fine. And then the next day he didn't get up out of bed. Alia is just too busy holding this kid's jaw open and is just jamming this down his throat. And you can hear...
Would I know what kind of medicine Alia's using on him?
Insight?
Okay.
Yep.
14. Gosh, I'm not rolling good.
Miri can presumably assume that it's some sort of, like, anti-poison sort of a thing. Like, the plant's kind of nasty, but once you kind of have this stuff in your system, there's ways to counteract it, so she's pouring that down his throat.
Okay. I guess while this is happening, I'll go ahead and say a small prayer to Coridia for this child's safety.
Nat 20. Roll it.
So what? She has to roll a nat 20?
I would love to. Do I add anything to this?
Nope, just tell me what it is.
That was a 10.
And she said you had to get a nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
It's
did
not
I say
looking
nat
into me
20? I
today.
bet a D20. Shit, I'm an idiot.
My patron is not listening to me today.
Not necessarily. Miri just kind of closes her eyes and says a quick prayer for this child, and it may be a trick of her eyes, it may not be, but it seems like the boy's breathing is getting a little bit better, and behind her, she can feel Leoric just relaxing and slumping with exhaustion. and she can feel slight whispers of her patron throughout the house. Just little whispers of her touch. So, Alia just
Alrighty.
keeps tipping that bottle until it just goes all down. This kid. And then she just shuts his jaw very, very gently, and his head kind of lolls over. And she gets up, steps back, and puts the empty... Like, she just kind of leaves the empty jar on a nearby table.
And then pulls out
Miri-
another one.
What is Miri?
Miri pats her on the shoulder and says, "You've done what you can. It's in the gods' hands."
Alia looks as scared as Miri has ever seen her, which she probably hasn't really seen her that scared at all, and just really
Except for when
worried.
she was being dragged away by kobolds.
No, she was screaming and angry at that moment. She was indignant.
I imagine there was a bit of fear as well.
The fear was more of when she was put into the coffin that nobody saw. So, she's not very good at being afraid for herself. It's afraid for other people is when her emotions get in there.
Miri's gonna point out that he's breathing easier, and she's gonna say, "You did good."
Alia just kind of nods, and she's like, I hope so. Thank you. Leoric just sighs and kind of... Then he just quietly says, okay, so now will you tell me why y'all are covered in blood? And why it took 4 days? When Penelope is only a 1-day thing? Alia just simply
Supposedly.
cringes. Would Miri like to interject?
Miri starts babbling. She's like, "Oh, we found her in a box! Can you believe it? I heard there was a lot of kobolds. I don't know the way here we ran into more kobolds, which is why we're covered in blood. I wanted to bathe, but she said we had to come here like right away. And when she told me why, I was like, oh yeah, we definitely had to. But that was a bad fight. We almost died."
The worried lines that had disappeared when his son felt better promptly come back, and he's just like, box? Cobalt. Alia win Backtrude. What did you get into? Like, just uses her full name. And she just cringes, and she's like, Leoric, I didn't do anything, okay?
Miri at that point says, "Someone's been using her blood for a ritual."
Alia just kind of keeps cringing because Leoric is getting quite freaked out. Grabs her by the arm, Alia, and just pulls her butt out in the other room to not disturb Otis. Does Miri follow?
Miri stands still, looks at the child, looks back at where they went, and then follows.
Leoric is just like, what the hell? I take my eyes off of you for 5 seconds. You said you were going to Penelope, and then you just be right back. What the hell? And she's just like, okay, yeah, don't know. Going to leave to find out. Oh, like hell you're leaving. Like, it's just straight up like a sibling rivalry. She's just like, I'm fine. I have friends. See? I brought one of them. And then they both look at Miri.
Miri has stars in her eyes. Friends?
Ollie's like, well, yeah, I mean, we went into that whole temple thing, and the York's like, what temple? And she's just like, oh, crap. Would Miri like to say anything at this point?
Yeah, it was very, very wet.
At least Fennel.
There's snakes everywhere. A couple of ghouls.
No, she doesn't care about that. She cares about the fact that it was wet.
And also, yeah, you know, it wasn't all that bad. Fennel got a new customer out of it. So.
Ollie's just
I
like,
still
look.
can't believe you've done this.
Ollie's just like, look, it'll be okay. I'm fine. I'm alive. See? And I got Otis the medicine, and I'm just gonna go and figure this out, because apparently the kobolds aren't gonna stop. And Leoric is just like, I want to lock you in the basement. So you can't leave. And then his tone gets a little softer and he's like, I can't lose you too.
Roll off, roll off, roll off. I'm saying roll off, not rail off.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
And you played Skyrim?
You said roll off.
Yeah, then I said, I'm saying roll off, not rail off.
Yeah, I know that, but what does the roll off mean?
Between those two characters.
Okay.
So who's gonna win?
Yeah, no. Would Miri like to say anything to this?
She looks at him and says, if it makes you feel better, I'm a somewhat capable healer. I mean, she's alive!
And
And she, like, sticks her hands out in, like, a look motion.
Not the most comforting way to phrase it.
Alia just, like, points, like, see? And she's like, I don't know who I'm kidding. I don't have to ask you for permission. I'm older than you. And he's just like, oh, don't go there. He's like, you might be older than me, but I babysat you and changed your diapers. We trained together. And she's like, uh-huh. And I have been teaching your son. And he's like, fat job that's been doing. He fell into a weird plant patch. And she just groans. And she's like, I've had enough. Miri and I are going now. Because you're not locking me in the basement.
I feel like this would be a great moment for Esther to just burst in the door, but she's off doing her own thing.
Yeah. So would Miri like
just
to say
the
anything?
third one covered in blood, just like, and who's this?
Yeah.
And then a dire wolf just comes in. What the fuck? Is that a person tied to it?
Maybe.
Elf, technically.
Leoric. Poor Leoric. So would Miri like to say anything to this? To any of it, like, to any of it, like, because she wants to leave. She's about to just stomp out like she did before. But before that, would Miri like to do anything, say anything?
She'd probably be like, to be fair, it's also not just us. We have, like, 5 other people out there, too, right? Or are the other 2 gonna leave? And then she shrugs and says, I don't know!
Leoric is just like, what other people? And he's just, and Alia's just like, look, Leoric, I love you, but I am older than you, and everything will be fine. Take care of your son. I've got to go do things that may or may not involve killing people. I will be fine. Send me an owl if you need me. She's like, Miri, I think it's time to go before he puts me in the basement. Because
roll off.
and he's just, you could just see that he's getting more gray hairs at this. And he's like, you know, he towers over her. He's got a bigger build and everything. Like, he's strong, and she's, like, tiny.
Roll off.
And what does Miri say to this?
She's gonna say, okay! And she's gonna follow, Alia out.
And, Alia's just like, I'll send you an owl! It'll be okay, I promise! And she just, like, grabs Miri's hand and just kind of books it across the street. They're gonna go into a plant-covered house now, but we're gonna switch over to those who are at the armory.
Fun.
Yeah. So there's one guy hitting away at a sword, and he just does a gruff hello. Tung, tung, tung. You see all sorts of armor, all sorts of, you know, basic weapons and basic things all around the walls and stuff, and it is hot in this room. Hot in the little shop that you enter. Because there's a giant fire that he's, you know, smelting away at. So.
You not see a furred giant walk into a very hot armory.
Nice.
I don't know, that feels like the start to a bad joke.
It is the start to a bad joke.
So,
No. You want to know
The
about
joke
your
is, did it
undead
just get
thing?
10 degrees hotter in here, or is it just me?
oh lord, oh lord. I mean, fire
To be fair,
Genasi.
Ganassi wouldn't notice it. He's kind of used to fire.
Yeah.
Fire
So,
Genasi. Nothing. Fennel walks in, and you just see her ears droop.
because it's hot. All right. So who's gonna go first? Who's gonna say what? Because this blacksmith ain't doing much. He just sitting there smacking away at metal.
He's just pulling it on. He's just pulling it on through the blacksmith. Don't want to do that.
You're no hero.
Is there are there weapons lining the walls or like
Yeah.
are there
So basic weapons, things like that. There's nothing magical, nothing too crazy or anything, but enough for basic travelers' needs and potentially warriors as well.
Fennel glances along the wall, then approaches the blacksmith, pulling out her hand axe, and she says, "Do you have anything like this?"
One more bang to the metal.
Gives her the fucking Leviathan axe from God of War.
Looks at it. Yeah, I got those. How many do you want? Walks over to where they are. So, how many does she want?
Fennel looks over at Noah and just kind of says, "How many more do you wager I'll break?"
All of them. Ugh.
What does Noah
Sorry.
say?
Sorry, my allergies have been acting
Laura's
up
just
lately.
like looking on and just like, I don't know if I can answer that.
It wasn't there when you broke it.
Yeah, I know, but she's just asking like as a question, "How many more do you think I should get?" But it came out weird when she said it because
To be fair, he did watch her chuck it at a kobold.
This
But
is
it's been
true,
big.
but it could have the potential, so.
Also, my D6 is gone. Oh, there it is. I found my D6.
So what does he say?
I suppose
that?
like one or two more. I'm not sure.
Alright. Blacksmith just eyes them with boredom. So, what does Fennel do?
I think we just lost Fennel.
For a second, but I'm
Nope,
back.
we lost. There we go.
Quince, not Fennel.
Sorry about that. I disconnected again because.
Oh, so did I.
Amazing.
But yeah, she looks at the blacksmith and she says 3, and yeah, that's. Look, the blacksmith isn't giving her anything to work off of dialogue here, and she doesn't know who he is. So she's gonna be sticking to shorter answers.
That'll be 18 gold pieces.
Alright, let me try to get to D&D Beyond without losing. Alright,
Yeah, I mean, I can adjust it if you want me to.
yes, please.
Okay, so you had 34, so now, let me see here.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a thing.
Hmm?
Oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. I'm talking to myself.
Okay, so now you have 16 pieces left. Okay, so he hands them off to you. I'll just add them to your inventory if you want.
I'm sorry, I just disconnected again, so
Okay, you have 18 gold 16 gold pieces left.
right?
And I'm just gonna add the 3 hand axes to your inventory, if that's alright with you. Are you okay with that?
Okay. So I'm down 15 gold, and you're just adding the 3 to my inventory. Is that what you
Yep.
just said? Yes, that is correct. That is good. I'm down for that.
Okie dokie.
Every time I click away from Discord, it disconnects me. So
Rip.
yeah.
Okay. He looks over at Noah after after the exchange of gold and the hand axes.
Mm-hmm.
And you?
I'm gonna pull out the great axe. Not in a threatening way, but I'm gonna be like, Do you think I could trade this in for a longsword and a shield? Or something along those lines.
1 minute. You said a shield?
Yes.
Guy looks at him, scowls, picks it up, looks at it, wields it around. Sure. Takes it, gives him a long sword and a shield. So go on ahead and add those to your inventory, and remove the great axe if you want it. Then he looks at it and he's like, "Why does it have to be so damn bloody?"
This man is not a very savvy businessman.
It adds character to it.
Well, to be fair, those
It seems
prices,
straight.
the great axe is 30 GP, a shield is 10 GP, and a long sword is 25 GP. So 25, 30. I'll give it to him this time. There won't be another time, but I'll give it to him this time.
I'm going to thank the blacksmith.
Where's the blacksmith?
Blacksmith just kind of picks up his hammer and goes back to hammering. Don't get blood on my floor on your way out.
I'm gonna
Cuts his hand and just wipes it on the floor.
I'm gonna motion to Fennel. Let's get out of here so I can clean my armor.
Fennel nods in agreement, and as she walks out the door, she turns on and she says, have a good day. And
Ow.
Have a good day. Blacksmith doesn't even reply. Just hammering.
But Fennel's gonna be polite, even if she doesn't, curt but polite.
Yep. So
Miri was there. Rude.
Yeah.
Immediately gets banned from the shop.
Yeah. So both of you are outside, and what do y'all want to do?
Well, I guess we should go find an inn or something to wash the blood off, right? I mean, Fennel's fine, but Noah's kind of looking a bit
God,
rusty
it's staining
there.
Fennel's fur.
So lots of people walking by and stuff like that. Do y'all want to try to wander around, pick left or right, or do y'all want to ask somebody?
We're gonna ask. Noah's gonna ask some random person on the street where they can find an inn to clean his armor or somewhere.
So you stop a young kid that's just kind of shopping with his mom. Kid's just like, "You're bloody."
I know this. Do you
Oh, this is ketchup.
I wish I were any other character because I would have responded with bloody brilliant.
So what does Noah say?
I realized. Do you know where I can clean it off?
The ocean? The kid kind of laughs. And then he shakes his head and he looks over at a woman who's waiting on him tersely across the street. And he turns back and he's like, "Well, I suppose you can always go to Jester's Tavern. They have a washroom." And he points down to their left. And he's like, "It's just around the bend if you just keep walking past the dock. You can't miss it. Just, don't piss off the barkeep." And then he kind of leans forward and he's like, "I hear she kicks guys in the balls." And he's like, "Good luck!" Then he just starts he goes running across the street to the woman.
I like how these two arguably intimidating characters stopped a child on the street to ask them for directions.
Cat.
All right.
Being
Did
abused by a
Fennel
cat.
hear any
Ow!
of that, by the way? I'm just curious if
Yeah,
Fennel
the
heard
kid was
any of
quite loud. He tried
Wait.
to do the whispering thing of the balls, but it came out as one of those staged whispers and got a couple of looks. So,
To Jester's Tavern I suppose?
Fennel nods and is just like, yeah. See, Fennel nods and then says, "Strange kid," and
Yeah. Very strange.
um, so, uh, Esther and Galahad are now at the tavern. They walk in, and immediately everyone's like looking, and a couple of people recognize Esther, and they just immediately shut up and look down at their table. The barkeep just goes, great, because it's the same one, and she really wishes she had another job. The captain chokes from the corner, and a couple of people are like, what the fuck? Staring at Galahad tied to the direwolf.
To a direwolf.
So.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Can we just assume she sees the captain?
Yeah, I'll let it happen. So he's in the back corner.
Because
Back right
that's
corner.
that's an 8.
I mean, I could say that she just starts going around and asking until the other two get there, but nah. She'll just go. She'll just go. So
She's a
she
speed lane
finds
for him.
Alright. And he looks at her, looks at him, and he's like, oh, I see you found him.
Galahad's like, hello, you'll be glad to know I'm awake.
The captain
nervous.
The captain just eyes him, swigs his bottle of vodka. I'm so glad.
Esther's gonna go ahead and look down at Galahad. You owe him and the Emperor an apology.
Captain looks at her. Save it. I don't need an apology from a fish chum dude.
She's just gonna look at him and say, I wasn't asking your permission.
Oh. Captain shrugs. He's basically done with these two.
Yep.
3 times you're out. He done. So,
sorry.
Esther and Galahad, what do they do?
Esther's kind of already spoken her piece.
Captain shrugged.
And Galahad's going to very reluctantly and just out of fear for his life at this point apologize to the captain about the whole debacle. But then point out that had he not chartered the ship, they might not have made it.
Captain raises his eyebrows, take a nice, good chug.
And at that point, Esther does a thing you could probably guess.
Yeah, hits Galahad in the nads.
Nope, the ankle.
Roll a d20.
Galahad's gonna be crippled for life.
Roll a d20. Wow. Ugh. She's just gonna end up killing Galahad at this point. 14.
1 hit point of damage. Captain sees this going on. Nice big chug of his vodka bottle. Don't mention it. No, really. Don't mention it. And that's
Esther's
it.
gonna go ahead and say, well, why not? It might make for a fantastic story one day.
Captain chokes a little bit.
The day you sailed an idiot overseas and he saved your crew, and then you saw him come back, beaten on the back of a direwolf.
Captain stops chugging the bottle, You forgot to mention when said idiot lost his land legs and I had some chaps pour fish chum all over him.
But yeah, that's a pretty important bit.
That is the most important bit as far as the DM is concerned, because that's the funniest thing. Salt and Kit asking for it. Yes, actually he is. You know, that army of Trasks is coming ever closer, y'all.
This old
Oh no,
Tarrasque
he
is great.
asks originated from. I'm gonna tell y'all this after we get done with this session because I need y'all.
Yeah. So
As soon as this session's over, I need to go like down for the coat.
Yeah. So, anyway, so that happens, and then Captain just kind of drinks, waves, little half wave to say goodbye or whatever. Yeah, he's pretty dumb. So, I would say at this point, Fennel and Noah kind of enter the room, and obviously it's quite easy to see those two. But as this is going on, Alia and Miri are kind of entering her home, and Alia just kind of heads straight for this little kitchen area. It's lots of plants, very clean, very lived in, but Miri can see that it's very empty as well. And she sees this, she just sees all sorts of little homey things, essentially. Alia just kind of goes right in and starts rummaging in a little chest. Would Alia Miri like to say anything? Or do anything?
Miri glances around and said, "Well, this is cozy."
Thanks. I haven't been here in a couple days. Just rifling through it.
4 days.
Yeah. Well, even then, she actually spends more time at Leoric's house now than she does her own. Or in the woods. But yeah.
I am just going to have to cut myself out here and just go to bed. You guys can finish up there.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to cut it off at when they get to the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah. So, good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Okay. We're almost done, y'all. And so, she kind of keeps rummaging, and she pulls out one thing, sets it down, and she kind of goes to keep going, and it's some sort of kit. And Miri?
I guess she just goes closer.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's like... I came back for my herbalism kit because it seems like we definitely need it. Or I should say, I definitely need it, considering I keep getting hit, grumbling under her breath. And it occurred to me that you might also want one. If I can just find my mom's. She keeps looking.
Miri replies, "Well, that would really be handy, but, like, I'd hate to, put you out of your way. Like, I can just get one."
Alia shakes her head. No, it's fine. Mine's just as well stocked as my mom's. It's just... So, and she kind of... Her hand kind of comes out and she kind of pushes the one that's on the floor beside her towards Miri, and she's like, it's fully stocked. Well used and whatnot. But here, you have it. I know it's here. I put it here when she died. Keeps going.
Miri very graciously takes the kit and, like, says just thank you very much.
So now
And
you
puts
can
it
add
away
an
in her
herbalism
bag.
kit.
Yay!
Yay! So, Alia's like, you're welcome. And she keeps going. She's like, thanks for all the help, by the way. I know you didn't have to, there was no reason for you to really help, but I'm glad you did.
Miri says, well, I mean, why wouldn't I help? You seemed like you kind of needed it, and I'm not exactly have anywhere to go right now.
Alia kind of grunts and she picks up an identical kit, and she kind of holds it to her chest for a moment with like unspoken emotion. She's like, yeah, it's funny, really. I always like to think of myself as very independent and I can handle everything, but as time goes on, it shows me I really can't.
Well, I mean, why would you want to handle everything on your own when you don't have to?
Alia kind of
You
winces.
obviously have someone who cares about you. At least two.
Alia
Sometimes
kinda-
it's good
Oh,
to accept help. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, you're good, you're good. I keep thinking you're done, but like you're not, so sorry about that. But yeah, so Alia just kind of does this little side grimace thing, and she's just like, well, my mom was a human. Leoric's a human. Otis is a human. Fennel and I, our relationship's kind of funny, but I guess I just keep wanting to separate myself because, you know, I'm an elf. I'm gonna live for a really long time, and I've already lost my mom, and Leoric's his life's coming to an end, and, you know, I'm gonna be here hundreds of years later, and everyone I know is gonna be gone.
Well, then you gotta, you know, enjoy them while you can. If you're so hell-bent on being lonely for the rest of your life, then don't start now.
Oh, he kind of blinks. I guess? She kind of stands up and, you know, puts the kid away and whatnot. And looks at, Miri.
Miri's gonna say, now, I don't really know much about, family, but when you got people around you that really care about you, you really don't want to let that go. And she's gonna head towards the door and say, we should probably meet up with the others.
Ollie kind of blinks and she thinks about it. Because on the one hand, she really doesn't... She's at that age where, you know, she wants to avoid pain. But on the other hand, she doesn't want to lose them either. So... she thinks about it for a minute and she follows Miri. So... they walk and they get to the tavern probably about a minute or two after Noah and Fennel, and also see the giant dire wolf Galahad. And that's where we're gonna cut this off, actually.
Yay!
Yeah. So
Successful encounters!
yay!